For his childhood sweetheart, he betrayed all humanity and became a Morin, but in the Celestial Demon War, the Morin were utterly defeated. The man also became a prisoner of humanity, and the one judging him was precisely his childhood sweetheart. The man wanted to explain something but couldn't speak, immediately angering the woman before him. You must know, the woman was the esteemed Jinzuan's final disciple, Weiwear, during the Celestial Demon War. It was she who single-handedly routed the Morin and killed the Morin leader, Tianma, with one sword strike. But Weiwear held onto a conviction: her fiancé was kidnapped by the remaining Morin partisans. His whereabouts were lost, thus this man was Weiwear's only lead. The last hope for her fiancé's whereabouts, she desperately wanted to know from the man's mouth. Where did the remaining Morin partisans go? But the man's vocal cords were damaged, unable to speak, and moreover, his heart was placed under a restriction by the Morin leader, Tianma. If he revealed even the slightest information about the Morin, he would explode and die. Seeing the man remain unmoved, Weiwear shed tears. She immediately made a painful decision: if the man spoke, she would defy the consensus. The man would not die, but the man revealed a playful smile. At this moment, Weiwear's patience reached its limit. A shoulder throw slammed the man to the ground. Weiwear trembled with anger, exclaiming she should have known from their first meeting. To finish the man off then, thinking of this, Weiwear bit her red lip, tears falling uncontrollably. And the man also recalled the scene of his first meeting with Weiwear. At that time, Weiwear shared a potato with the man, but later the man betrayed all humanity. He defected to Tianma and became a Morin. Weiwear truly couldn't understand how the man became like this. Just then, a sound from behind drew Weiwear's attention. When Weiwear looked back, the man was fiercely tapping his fingers on the ground, as the man wore his fingers raw. Writing upon the ground, the next moment the heart's restriction sensed something, instantly tightening. But the man still endured the pain to write. Unfortunately, Tianma's restriction had no intention of letting him go. The restriction suddenly exerted force. Tightly squeezing and pressing the heart, the man immediately spat out a mouthful of blood, collapsing weakly to the ground. Even his hearing was stripped away. He couldn't hear a word Weiwear shouted in his ear. However, at the last moment, the man still finished writing the characters. Weiwear's face was full of disbelief. She was unwilling to believe the truth was like this. But the facts allowed no ambiguity. The man who revealed information about the Morin also gradually lost his life force. On the verge of death, the man couldn't help but sigh. This life was truly lived with some regrets. Finally, Weiwear cried out the man's name heart-wrenchingly. Gu Yangchun, but Gu Yangchun had already lost his hearing, unable to hear Weiwear's voice anymore. It turned out, Gu Yangchun was originally the legitimate son of a prestigious family, and the reason he betrayed all humanity, defected to Tianma and became a Morin, was all because of a potato Weiwear gave him as a child. Gu Yangchun slowly closed his eyes, ending this life, then opened them again. He unexpectedly saw the familiar potato from his childhood. Gu Yangchun looked at his smaller hands. He was very sure these were his own small hands. But he clearly remembered defying Tianma's restriction, causing his heart to explode. Meeting his end, but his heart was still beating now, as if nothing had happened at all. Moreover, Gu Yangchun also saw the childhood Weiwear. At this time, Weiwear was innocent and naive, carrying a basket of potatoes, hawking them everywhere. Weiwear tore open a potato, revealing the tender quality inside. Sensing Weiwear's shy demeanor, Gu Yangchun took a potato as a way to support Weiwear's business, then revealed a sunny boy-like smile. He brazenly performed swallowing the potato whole, but anyone who has eaten potatoes knows, raw potatoes not only taste terrible but also have a strong spiciness. Gu Yangchuan's comical look sticking out his tongue immediately made the innocent Weiwear burst into laughter, just as Gu Yangchun was troubled by the spiciness on his tongue. A figure behind him suddenly occupied his vision. The person was surprisingly Gu Yangchuan's personal guard. Just a moment ago he carelessly lost the young master. Gu Yangchun hadn't expected to run into the young master swallowing a potato raw. If the master found out about this, he would definitely blame him. Hearing this, the guard acted, about to speak to Weiwear, but Gu Yangchun reached out and stopped the guard's recklessness, and signaled the guard to take out the honey biscuit he carried. The guard thought the young master was hungry again and hurriedly took out the last honey biscuit. Unexpectedly, Gu Yangchun turned around and gave the honey biscuit to Weiwear as repayment for the earlier potato. And sensing Weiwear's innocent smile, Gu Yangchun couldn't help but grin foolishly too. But Weiwear hesitated to accept the honey biscuit. This made both Gu Yangchun and the guard very puzzled. Just then, a white-haired old man pushed through the crowd, loudly calling Weiwear's name. While the old man and Weiwear exchanged pleasantries, Gu Yangchun noticed
The old man before him had an unusual status. Then Weiwear pointed towards Gu Yangchun
and indicated she had just given Gu Yangchun a potato. Hearing this, the old man thought, oh no.
He quickly pulled Weiwear towards Gu Yangchun, then,
on behalf of Weiwear, he bowed deeply to Gu Yangchun, towards the prestigious Gu Yangchun, offering profound apologies. However, Gu Yangchun didn't mind what just happened. But after all, he took one of Weiwear's potatoes, so he still wanted to ask Weiwear to accept the junior's honey biscuit. Hearing this, the old man was very troubled. Worldly wise, he knew he couldn't accept such a valuable item, but Weiwear had already been craving this honey biscuit for a long time. She immediately reached out swiftly towards the honey biscuit, but was intercepted and held back by the old man. He turned and desperately tried to get away, muttering about not being able to accept such a valuable thing.
But Gu Yangchun still insisted on giving his honey biscuit. The old man couldn't refuse
Weiwear's attraction to the honey biscuit, and signaled Weiwear to give the other party a few more potatoes. As a token of gratitude, actually, the old man's identity was quite significant. He was originally the supreme Wulin Mengzhu martial alliance leader, and even one of the three great rulers, Jianzuan. Moments later,
Gu Yangchun returned to the Gu residence under the guard's escort. Gu Yangchun couldn't help but wonder, why hasn't this dream ended yet? Or perhaps this isn't a dream at all, but rather due to the curse within the Tianma restriction? Just as Gu Yangchun was stunned by this, a figure suddenly occupied his vision, the Gu family's second elder sister, Gu Yangyan. Also the person in the Gu family who despised Gu Yangchun the most. The guard told Gu Yangchun,
today is the day the Zhujiang clan leader arrives. Gu Yangyan immediately signaled Gu Yangchun to leave quickly, lest he cause embarrassment when the Zhujiang arrives later, but Gu Yangchun ignored her. Raising his hand, he directly flung Gu Yangyan's arm away. Whether he loses face or not will naturally be clear the moment the Zhujiang arrives, but Gu Yangchuan's casual attitude instead angered Gu Yangyan. Gu Yangyan shouted stop. An intimidating pressure emanated from her body. The entire space began to tremble, immediately, shocking the surrounding clansmen into a stunned stupor. Gu Yangyan's eyes narrowed. Her battle intent rose to its peak. Yang Yan was going to beat Gu Yangchun into submission here today. But Gu Yangchun refused Gu Yangyan's duel invitation, because a figure riding a fine horse suddenly occupied everyone's vision. And the person arriving was none other than the Gu family Zhujiang, also Gu Yangchun and Gu Yangyan's father. Hearing this, everyone clasped their hands in salute, expressing loyal respect to the Zhujiang. But as soon as the Zhujiang arrived, he immediately gazed sternly at Gu Yangchun. Poor Gu Yangchun didn't dare to move. He could only maintain the saluting posture unchanged. After a moment, the Zhujiang turned his head to look for the steward's position and signaled the steward to arrange for the swordsmanship instructor to spar with the clansman, until the Zhujiang turned and slowly walked away from Gu Yangchun. The three still maintained their saluting posture, watching him leave, and the Zhujiang's earlier gaze reminded Gu Yangchun of unpleasant past events. Just then, the Zhujiang suddenly stopped his steps and turned back, signaling Gu Yangchun to come to the Zhujiang's room after eating. This immediately shocked Gu Yangchun into a stunned stupor. He couldn't even maintain his saluting posture. When evening came, facing the fragrant dishes, Gu Yangchun couldn't bring himself to eat due to the upcoming conversation. Just then, the Zhujiang spoke, breaking the silence. Second child, I heard you've made rapid progress in martial arts recently. Gu Yangyan affirmed this. A few days ago, I fortunately did not fail my mission and advanced to a 3-star martial artist. The Zhujiang who heard this was very satisfied. With Gu Yangyan's aptitude, she might very well challenge for the position of the top person in the younger generation. Gu Yangchun also acknowledged this. After all, since childhood, his second sister's talent was indeed undeniable. Thinking of this, Gu Yangchun felt so inferior he couldn't even hold his chopsticks steady. After all, after he finished eating, he had to go to the Zhujiang's room for a talk. Just then, a maidservant behind him suddenly approached Gu Yangchun and informed Gu Yangchun that the Zhujiang's meeting was postponed until tomorrow. Soon, night fell, but Gu Yangchun found the dream still hadn't ended. Hearing this, Gu Yangchun couldn't help wondering, am I reborn? In this life, I will definitely change the fate of becoming a Morin. Forcibly pull down Tianma, known as one of the 3 great rulers, but before that, I must become stronger faster. Gu Yangchun was full of confidence. This life will definitely not repeat the regrets of the previous life. And the first step is to mobilize the energy within his dantian. But no matter how hard Gu Yangchun tried, it ended in failure. Fearing the old man sweeping might be extraordinary, either a sweeping monk or a hidden master. You must know, the old man was once the lofty Jianzuan, but now he was assigned by the Gu Zhujiang to act as the man's servant. only because Gu Yangchuan's aptitude was mediocre, never grasping the essentials of martial arts, while his second sister Gu Yanyan, only a year older, had already reached the rank of a 3-star grand martial artist at a young age, to help the only male heir of the Gu family grow up sooner. The white-haired old man became Gu Yangchuan's personal servant, and it was a buy-one-get-one deal. He also gained the old man's granddaughter, Weiwear, but although Weiwear had extremely high martial arts talent in the previous life, she was truly clumsy when it came to chores. Other servants stacked clothes just right, she insisted on stacking them higher than a person. Unable to even see the path, the next moment she indeed tripped on a bump on the ground, immediately staging a scene of flustered panic. Even the white-haired old man couldn't help but feel embarrassed for his granddaughter. Hearing this, Gu Yangchun was very helpless. This undoubtedly increased the workload for other servants. Who could have thought Weiwear, with her extremely high martial arts talent, would be so clumsy doing chores? Gu Yangchun didn't have much energy to correct Weiwear. The immediate priority was still for him to go meet the Zhuzhang father, but just as he reached the door of the Zhuzhang's room, Gu Yangchun stopped his steps, because even in his previous life, he had never chatted alone with his Zhuzhang father. Thinking of this, Gu Yangchun planned everything in his mind. After the conversation ends, he must ask about the matter of Jianzuan and Weiwear being servants. Suddenly, the Zhuzhang father appeared, scaring Gu Yangchun out of his wits. Gu Yangchun was just about to ask about the two servants, but his father just leisurely sipped his tea, then faintly replied, "No need to rush asking me about the servants. When the time comes, I will naturally tell you everything. Your current priority is to participate in tomorrow's Unified Dragon Assembly." Hearing this, Gu Yangchun was immediately shocked into a stupor, because this assembly was held to select powerful fleet members, and Gu Yangchun, as the only son of the Gu family, must be responsible for the Gu clan's honor and prestige. Soon, Gu Yangchun arrived at the bustling downtown area where the Unified Dragon Assembly was held. Here he saw a familiar figure. It was surprisingly his second sister, Gu Yanyan, who looked down on him the most. Gu Yanyan's expression hardened. Looking like she was disappointed in him failing to meet expectations, she hated that she wasn't born a boy. Now she could only watch Gu Yangchun bring shame upon the family at the assembly. And the scale of the Unified Dragon Assembly was extremely grand, covering an area as large as 2 football fields. Weiwear looked utterly amazed. This was the first time she had seen such a large building. Today's plan for the first day was to celebrate the fleet's glorious achievements, while tomorrow was the real main event, selecting new fleet members through duels. Just as Gu Yangchun felt fortunate that the seated contestants from other prestigious families hadn't arrived, a burly figure suddenly appeared behind him. The person was surprisingly the leader of the Bu family's team this time, Elderly. Elderly's eyes flashed. An intimidating pressure swept out. The entire space began to tremble, immediately scaring Weiwear into hiding behind Gu Yangchun. Hearing this, Elderly quickly changed back to a kind appearance, pointing at Weiwear, saying she was Gu Yangchuan's beloved timid maid. Gu Yangchun denied this. Just by looking at the clothes, one could tell she was a newly acquired servant, immediately crushing Elderly's gossipy heart. Thinking of this, Elderly told Gu Yangchun to quickly go back and rest. Tomorrow's Unified Dragon Assembly still needed his attendance. He even made a throat-slitting gesture, stating bluntly that if he ran away, this would be the outcome. After Gu Yangchun and Weiwear left the venue, Elderly's expression turned serious. Lost in thought, he vaguely felt something was awakening within Gu Yangchun. The three were the youngest successors of the Pang family, yet they bowed respectfully to an old man, because the old man was the famous Gushi Chunyan Quan master, and the old man was an old acquaintance of the youth's father. The two were like carved from the same mold. But what the old man didn't expect was that the Pang family successor, Pang Wujing, had actually snuck out from his family this time, purely for fun, to participate in the Unified Dragon Assembly. Immediately, Elderly was so shocked that tears fell. He didn't expect Pang Wujing to be such a character, learning to run away from home at such a young age. After learning that Pang Wujing was already accomplished at only 23 years old, Elderly couldn't help but look at his own Gu Yangchun. It seems my little idiot really needs some tempering. Just then, Pang Wujing's older sister suddenly appeared at the venue. After confirming the person before her was indeed her runaway younger brother, the sister leaped high, landing a kick squarely on her brother's face. It turned out Pang Wujing had merely left a note back then, and ran away from home for 3 whole years. Never thought that upon meeting again, he would be beaten into a pulp by his sister. Gu Yangchun reminded, "Shouldn't we stop this?" Elderly denied this. Pang family members are very sturdy. Even hitting them with a metal rod might not kill them. Besides, Look at the menacing look in Pang Wujing's sister's eyes. Whoever dares to interfere won't even know how they died. However, the other party eventually gave elderly face. After all, elderly Chunyan Quan master's title was renowned. The sister bowed deeply to elderly, referring to herself as a junior, announcing her name, Pang Wuwei. Immediately afterwards, Pang Wuwei fiercely looked towards her runaway younger brother, threatening that he would suffer when they returned home, but Pang Wujing showed no fear at all. Let him finish participating in the Unified Dragon Assembly first. Seeing her brother's deep and determined eyes, Pang Wuwei realized her brother had grown remarkably. But Pang Wujing still felt life in the Pang family was too boring. Still unwilling to return to the family, hearing this, his sister earnestly patted his shoulder, reminding him he was the only successor of the Pang family. Pang Wujing stated bluntly, this was the reason he ran away from home. He had to, before becoming the clan leader, enjoy his own life. The day he becomes the clan leader also means he can no longer act according to his own wishes. The runaway Pang Wujing was not qualified to participate in the Unified Dragon Assembly. Hearing this, elderly decided to give him some hope. As long as Pang Wujing could win against him in a duel, then he could obtain the qualification to participate in the Unified Dragon Assembly, and the rules were simple. Touching him within 10 moves counts as a win. Pang Wujing's eyes narrowed, instantly entering combat mode. The next second, he flashed behind elderly. Elderly still had his arms crossed, completely unfazed. However, just as Pang Wujing thought victory was within reach, elderly's large fist suddenly occupied his vision. Unexpectedly, elderly was so terrifying in combat. Just the force of one punch knocked Pang Wujing back several meters. Even carving a deep trench in the ground instantly cracked. Thick smoke rose from the field. When the smoke cleared, Pang Wujing lay weakly on the ground, directly unconscious. Unexpectedly, Pang Wuwei, his sister, remained completely unmoved, even thinking it was good for her brother to suffer some setbacks. However, she still didn't understand Elder Li's decision. After all, this duel, anyone could see that Pang Wujing was bound to lose. Hearing this, Elder Li laughed heartily, then replied it was simply because it was interesting, which immediately shocked Gu Yangchun into a stupor, wondering how this Elder Li managed to stay alive until now. But soon, Elderly turned his attention towards Gu Yangchun. One match, Gu Yangchun must participate. A match in the Unified Dragon Assembly, and his opponent was surprisingly his second sister, Gu Yangyan. Unexpectedly, his second sister displayed her full strength right from the start, immediately beating Gu Yangchun back step by step. Unexpectedly, the second sister pressed her advantage, grabbing Gu Yangchuan's belt, actually preparing to end the duel with one move. At the critical moment, Gu Yangchun directly took off his outer jacket. He never expected his second sister would actually strike him for real. It turned out, the second sister had always been proud despite being female. Throughout her life, she could never become the Gu clan's leader. However, Gu Yangchun, merely because he was a man, received the honor of being the successor of the Gu family. Therefore, Gu Yangyan hated her younger brother deeply in her heart, especially since this younger brother was inferior to her in every way. At this moment, Gu Yangyan poured out all her dissatisfaction, even saying Gu Yangchun should disappear like his mother. But the next moment, Gu Yangyan was shocked into a stupor, because the hand holding her sword was being held tightly by Gu Yangchun. Before death, an intimidating killing intent suddenly surged out. Even the temperature dropped several degrees, because Gu Yangyan said something she shouldn't have, and his mother was precisely Gu Yangchuan's reverse scale, untouchable point. This man who surrendered to the demon race once destroyed countless families and sects. He didn't even spare his own family, to please Tianma. He directly slaughtered the entire Huashan Pai. Even the Manhwa Juejian suffered his brutal hand. Xiao Yangtian's eldest sister earned the title Heifeng at only 15, became the Qiu family's 5-room captain in her youth, but she still couldn't become the family head, because the person destined to inherit the family head position is the concubine's son, Qiu Yangtian. Second sister Qiu Honshu didn't hate Qiu Yangtian before, because Qiu Yangtian's mother was once very gentle to her, but she suddenly disappeared one day, and father forbade everyone from looking for her. From that time on, Qiu Yangtian started speaking ill of others, even committing evil deeds. Later, it was rumored he even laid hands on the family's female relatives. Even so, Xiao Yangtian being the next family head successor, this fact remained unchanged, because every generation's family head is male. Even the outstanding eldest sister Heifeng couldn't become the family head, let alone her, so Qiu Hongshu deeply detested Qiu Yangtian. The useless Qiu Yangtian now held her hand. Qiu Hongshu sensed Qiu Yangtian was very dangerous at this moment. She subconsciously dodged to create distance. Unbeknownst to her, Xiao Yangtian was already behind her, directly punching towards Qiu Hongshu. At this time in the Julong, Giant Dragon, assembly venue, in the audience seats, Pang Yaqian praised Qiu Hongshu's young age. Her strength was actually so formidable, seeing someone her age being so outstanding, she felt. She could no longer rely on the Pang family's reputation to swagger around. Pang Yaqian asked her elder brother if he could hear the conversation between Qiu Hongshu and Xiao Yangtian. Elder brother Pang Yuzhen explained. Elder Li had deployed internal energy around them, even he couldn't hear their conversation. Pang Yaqian told her elder brother he could stay at the Julong assembly until his face swelling subsided. A servant also handed ice to Pang Yuzhen to apply to his face at this time. Pang Yaqian believed He Feng's younger sister was indeed a genius, reaching 3-star at such a young age. Both her sword skills and internal energy control were perfect. Pang Yuzhen, eating ice, instead felt He Feng's younger brother was stronger. Pang Yaqian looked at her elder brother in surprise. Pang Yuzhen spoke with anticipation. Looks like the Pang family isn't just He Feng, Pang Yaqian knew. This look of anticipation in her elder brother's eyes wouldn't exist after he inherited the family head position. Pang Yuzhen had even already seen the result of this match, such a close-range punch. Xiao Hongshu still dodged it. Xiao Hongshu, having sidestepped the attack, seized the opportunity, slashing her sword towards Xiao Yangtian. At this moment, Xiao Yangtian mentioned he knew his sister hated him. Because he was indeed messing around, he could also understand what his sister said. So please also understand him. Xiao Yangtian's left hand began to circulate internal energy. Flame-like internal energy wrapped around his left hand. Even Xiao Hongshu's eyes reflected the fiery light. Xiao Yangtian's punch imbued with internal energy struck directly towards second sister Xiao Hongshu. This punch hit Xiao Hongshu squarely in the face. Xiao Hongshu lost consciousness on the spot and collapsed, unable to get up. The match was also declared over. The sneaking Xiao Yangtian also knew he had caused trouble. This match that should have been lost ended with him, at 2-star strength, knocking out second sister Qiu Hongshu on the spot. While Qiu Yangtian was spacing out alone, the guard in Weiwear found him. The guard explained to him. The venue was now in chaos. Qiu Yangtian didn't need to think to know the reason, because the family's waste suddenly defeated the next generation's rising star, Elder Li, in order to change the subject. Announced on the spot that the Julong assembly was concluded. Only then did the scene calm down. To avoid encountering Elder Li, Xiao Yangtian decided to slip away before the ceremony ended. Weiwear noticed Xiao Yangtian's left hand was injured. This also proved he couldn't yet perfectly control his internal energy. Weiwear took out a bandage to wrap Xiao Yangtian's hand. But Weiwear realized she didn't seem to know how to bandage wounds. Weiwear said tearfully, "Schwer doesn't know how to do this kind of thing, so please don't get hurt anymore." Just then, Pang Yuzhen suddenly leaned in. "I don't like ninth young master getting hurt either." After Pang Yuzhen and Xiao Yangtian introduced each other, Pang Yaqian, hiding behind, told her elder brother to hurry back. Pang Yuzhen mentioned Pang Yaqian. Was it because she had broken off her engagement with young Master Qiu that she felt a bit awkward? Then it's a good chance to mend the relationship now. Xiao Yangtian felt a headache seeing the overly familiar Pang Yuzhen. Pang Yuzhen put his arm around Xiao Yangtian, saying, "He thought the Qiu family only had He Feng, didn't expect there was also a strong person like you." Xiao Yangtian stated that getting close to someone like him wouldn't bring any benefits. Xiao Yangtian then asked Pang Yuzhen if he knew his eldest sister, Xiao Shofe. Pang Yuzhen affirmed this, and their relationship was good, just didn't know how she saw it. Xiao Yangtian could also tell they probably weren't close. After exchanging a few pleasantries, he left, leaving only Pang Yaqian alone. Xiao Yangtian asked if she still had something else. Pang Yaqian hesitantly mentioned that hitting him with a chair on the day the engagement was broken off was a bit excessive. At this point, Xiao Yangtian preemptively apologized to Pang Yaqian. His behavior back then was too absurd. He really deserved the hit, so you don't need to apologize. Hearing this, Pang Yaqian also felt relieved. She smiled and accepted Xiao Yangtian's apology. As Pang Yaqian left, she reminded Xiao Yangtian not to lose the item her elder brother left behind. Only then did Xiao Yangtian discover an extra Peng family token on his person, on the carriage back to the Qiu family. Weiwear was still sound asleep on the maidservant's lap. Xiao Yangtian couldn't recall at all the memory of fighting his sister in the previous life, let alone the number of times he won. Ever since Weiwear became his maidservant, all these events differed from the previous life. Xiao Yangtian also didn't know what kind of changes his little kindness towards Weiwear would bring. Certain things were definitely developing faster than imagined. Just then, Xiao Yangtian suddenly sensed something. He ordered the guard to immediately check the Ma Xianfu, Demon Immortal Talisman. The guard took out the Ma Xianfu, showing no reaction, and comforted Xiao Yangtian that nothing was wrong. Don't worry, if Emojing Men, Demon Mirror Gate, appears, the Moxian Fu will definitely glow. Just then, the Moxian Fu in the guard's hand suddenly lit up. The guard immediately ordered the convoy to stop advancing, and told everyone Emojing Men had appeared. All personnel prepare for battle, prioritize protecting the young master's safety. Xiao Yangtian directly got off the carriage and started warming up. The guard advised Xiao Yangtian that it was dangerous outside. Xiao Yangtian told the guard to nag later, focus on the front now. A green rift was cracking open in the void. Soon the rift became a large hole. Dozens of green glowing demonic creatures charged out directly from inside. Green Mojing Men are low danger level, but still a bit troublesome. Xiao Yangtian had already circulated his charm beforehand, resolving one demonic creature with one punch, then digging out their magic stone. This is the common weakness of demonic creatures. The magic stone is like a heart to demonic creatures. As long as the magic stone is dug out, they will die immediately. Xiao Yangtian sidestepped and resolved another demonic creature with a punch. But continuously operating the Zhouyan Huoluan Gong, Nine Eyes Firewheel skill, was still too strenuous, already leaving him weak. Seeing the remaining demonic creatures about to charge, the guard arrived and saved Xiao Yangtian. The guard resolved all the demonic creatures with one move. Xiao Yangtian couldn't believe the guard was actually this strong. The guard concernedly asked if Xiao Yangtian was injured. Xiao Yangtian thanked the guard for arriving timely. Only then did he save his life. The guard said thankfully it was just a group of low-level demonic creatures. If the young master got injured, what should be done? Xiao Yangtian replied perfunctorily. Anyway, it's fine now. Xiao Yangtian hadn't noticed yet. A dark black smoke rose from his right hand. Sudden pain made Xiao Yangtian kneel down. His roar even alarmed the other guards. Xiao Yangtian didn't know what this pain was about, but he soon discovered it was absorbing demonic energy, Mochi. This seems to be Tianma's technique, Modeo Qianqi Gong, Demon Path Qianqi Palace, the Huashan Pai of the previous life. The disciple of the Huashan Pai with a severed arm questioned the other party, why do such a thing? What did they do wrong? Because the entire Huashan Pai disciples were slaughtered. Xiao Yantian spoke coldly, Manhwa Jua Jian, is this your last word? Just then, a head was thrown down from the sky. He recognized it at a glance as the sect leader. The phantom of a giant dragon appeared on the ground. A figure stepped on the giant dragon, saying thus, plum blossoms aren't bad either. This figure leaped down from the dragon's head. Xiao Yangtian also knelt down to the other party, although Huashan didn't please this seat. But it provided some amusement. Shenma, immortal demon, ordered Xiao Yangtian to raise his head. At this time, Xiao Yangtian vaguely regained consciousness. Xiao Yangtian discovered the Zhouyan Huoluan Gong was actually devouring demonic energy. This was something that hadn't happened in the previous life. Xiao Yangtian opened his eyes and saw Weiwear and the guard. The surrounding demonic creatures were also resolved. Xiao Yangtian said it was nothing. Maybe he injured somewhere else during the match with his second sister. Xiao Yangtian didn't want others to know he could absorb demonic energy. Weiwear pinched Xiao Yangtian's face, asking if he was seriously injured. Did it still hurt? Xiao Yangtian was tortured to the point of almost getting angry. Noticing this, the maidservant quickly dragged Weiwear away. The guard suggested Xiao Yangtian should still go to the medical hall. Xiao Yangtian said he was completely fine, just wanted to go home and sleep as soon as possible. Xiao Yangtian also discovered the demonic energy inside his body had actually completely disappeared. Even the magic stones from earlier were absorbed dry and became dim. Xiao Yangtian also made up his mind to speed up the process, weaken Tianma's strength. A man, to protect his childhood sweetheart, surrendered to the demon race and became a Morin, but he was ultimately tortured to death by his childhood sweetheart. The childhood friend, learning the truth, sought revenge for the man and found the mastermind. Ultimately, she was also killed by the mastermind. The obsession in the childhood friend's heart allowed her to be reborn. To the time when the two first met, Xiao Yangtian, back at the Zhou family, wandered the market. Weiwear, spotting medicinal fruits, Yaogua, immediately couldn't walk anymore. Seeing Xiao Yangtian wasn't planning to buy her medicinal fruits, she started making trouble. Why bring her out if not buying medicinal fruits? Xiao Yangtian directly exposed her. Weiwear used her grandfather's words as an excuse, insisting on coming out together. The guard asked what Xiao Yangtian came to the commercial street for, because of the last demonic creature attack incident. The young master's body hadn't recovered yet. The guard advised it would be better for Xiao Yangtian to go back early. Weiwear still stared at the medicinal fruits from afar. Xiao Yangtian indeed had business to attend to this time. After looking around, Xiao Yangtian found his destination. He told Weiwear to go back first. The guard would go with him to handle matters. Weiwear used her grandfather's words as an excuse, still refusing to go back. Xiao Yangtian told Weiwear if she went back now, he would give her 10 medicinal supplements, yabu. Weiwear immediately demanded steamed buns, mantu, as well. Xiao Yangtian had to agree. The two thus happily reached an agreement. Xiao Yangtian took the guard to handle matters. Weiwear happily hummed a song on her way home. Xiao Yangtian and the guard arrived at the destination. It was a desolate and dilapidated drum tower. The guard asked what Xiao Yangtian came to such a place for. Not to mention the building being so dilapidated, this eerie and gloomy place looked ominous. Xiao Yangtian praised the guard's intuition as accurate, then Xiao Yangtian pushed open a door. Several large men saw Xiao Yangtian was just a child, thinking he had come to the wrong place. That group of unfriendly-looking people were even preparing to attack Xiao Yangtian. The guard immediately prepared to draw his sword. A man holding a lantern asked what Xiao Yangtian came here for. Xiao Yangtian stated he came to do business. The man casually cursed Xiao Yangtian for speaking without thinking, even threatening to pull out his tongue. Hearing this, the guard also prepared to fight the other party. Xiao Yangtian directly stopped him and told the crowd, "The moment I stepped into the room, you should know who I am. If you're not afraid of the Qiu family razing this place to the ground, better not make a move." Xiao Yangtian then told the crowd to call out their branch leader. Hearing Xiao Yangtian mention the branch leader, the man thought Xiao Yangtian lacked etiquette. A group of large men picked up weapons, directly surrounding Xiao Yangtian. The guard was also ready to draw his sword at any moment. Xiao Yangtian mocked. "You don't look very polite either." The man chuckled mischievously, then ordered his subordinates to attack immediately. A group of large men charged towards Xiao Yangtian. The guard resolved them with just one sword strike, even placing the sword against one man's neck. The man never expected this Qiu family young master had such a guard with him, but he couldn't bring him before the branch leader either. He didn't know what to do. Just then, an order came from the branch leader. Xiao Yangtian, seeing the other party couldn't reach a decision in a short time, prepared to let the guard eliminate them all. The large man told Xiao Yangtian the branch leader wanted to see him. Xiao Yangtian also ordered the guard to sheath his sword, and stated it should have been like this from the beginning. The guard asked what exactly was going on. Xiao Yangtian explained he originally planned to go to the Gaibang, but encountered a slight problem midway. Xiao Yangtian analyzed that the Gaibang belongs to the righteous faction. If they were asked to do dirty work, problems might arise. If the righteous faction's strongest intelligence source is the Gaibang, then the evil faction's strongest intelligence source is here. This place is the Xiaowu men. Xiao Yangtian followed the man to a hidden location. A woman introduced herself as the branch leader here, Do Yunxiu, and apologized to Xiao Yangtian for the earlier rude behavior. Xiao Yangtian didn't waste words. Directly asking if they could accept the commission, Do Yunxiu asked why Xiao Yangtian didn't seek the Gaibang, but instead came to their Xiaowu men. Xiao Yangtian explained some things the Gaibang couldn't do, and questioned how many times the other party needed to confirm. Do Yunxiu mentioned because of young Master Qiu's identity, they had to be cautious. Xiao Yangtian didn't want to say more. Asking again if they could accept the commission, Do Yunxiu stated as long as the price could be paid, there was no reason to refuse. Xiao Yangtian took out a portrait. He wanted to find a little boy about 10 years old. Do Yunxiu looked at the portrait again and again. She stated this commission probably couldn't be accepted, although the client was also a child. But asking them to find another child, this might be somewhat difficult. Xiao Yangtian immediately stated that news about the Xiaowu alliance leader, Xiaowu Mengzhu, was the commission fee. Hearing this, everyone present drew their swords. A group charged towards Xiao Yangtian. The guard blocked all of them with one sword strike. Do Yunxiu's face darkened. Questioning how Xiao Yangtian knew about this matter, Xiao Yangtian answered with a smile. He didn't come here to play a question and answer game. Do Yunxiu asked Xiao Yangtian to confirm the authenticity of the information. Xiao Yangtian said if they were unwilling, then he would go find the Gaibang, and incidentally tell them about the Xiaowu men leader's information. Do Yunxiu, under duress, could only accept. Xiao Yangtian asked how long it would take for results. Do Yunxiu promised it could be done in 3 months. As Xiao Yangtian left, he told Do Yunxiu to come exchange for new information when the intelligence was found. But before leaving, seeing the other party was still considering the matter, he told them, e.g. mountain range, this is the deposit. After Xiao Yangtian left, the man still didn't believe the authenticity of Xiao Yangtian's information. Do Yunxiu believed since the other party knew even such confidential information as the sect leader's disappearance, they could only trust him. Moreover, judging from the strength of his accompanying guard, Do Yunxiu guessed the Qiu family head might also be involved. Do Yunxiu then tore off her human skin mask. The man asked if it was okay to take it off. Do Yunxiu said anyway, no one was watching. The characteristic of Xiaowu men is not following the sect leader or beliefs. which is why she disguised herself like this. Afraid of being backstabbed by others, she silently chanted her father's name. Xiao Yangtian also walked out of the Xiaowu men. He was thankful this information was no different from his previous life. Xiao Yangtian knew the Xiaowu men leader was captured and thrown into Haiyagong 5 years ago. So Xiaowu men and Haiyagong engaged in slaughter, due to the intervention of the Wulin Meng. Haiyagong was destroyed, and the Xiaowu men leader also died in battle. Xiaowu men was almost wiped out in the end. Xiao Yangtian knew the Xiaowu men leader was captured, but he didn't know the specific location of Haiyagong. The reason Xiao Yangtian went to Xiaowu men was to find someone in advance who would become a leader in the demon cult in the future. He was the strategist known as the demon cult's brain, named Zhu Gehe. Xiao Yangtian planned to eliminate him in advance because his strategies troubled even Weiwear. At this time, the guard mentioned that Xiaowu men's intelligence capability was too poor, taking 3 months to find one person. By the time the person is found, it would probably be summer. Just then, Xiao Yangtian thought of another matter. The treasure of the Jin Xuanyin family was also discovered around that time. Piled high with large amounts of gold and silver treasures, the most crucial were the priceless spiritual pills, Lingdan. Those guys who ate the spiritual medicine eventually all became Morin, surrendering to the demon cult. They once again strengthened Tianma's power, considering the treasure's location was in Sichuan. Too far from Shaanxi, he could only give up. Xiao Yangtian, having figured this out, prepared to buy some medicinal fruits and go home. Inside the Qiu family courtyard, Elderly cleared his throat. Towards Weiwear's grandfather, Zhenzu and Wei Xiaojun, saying the leaves in front hadn't been swept clean yet. Elderly added that Yangtian returned so early, it turned out to be because of you, this old servant. Wei Xiaojun chuckled dryly, directly snapping the broomstick, and even picked up the broken broomstick asking Elderly to help sweep. Elderly quickly waved his hands, refusing. Wei Xiaojun, sitting beside him, asked Elderly what he came all the way to the Qiu family for. Senior, you should have noticed too, right? 3 months ago, that child was still a guy who would run away just from practicing horse stance. Now he actually defeated his stronger older sister. Elderly stated such a genius couldn't be left unattended. Wei Xiaojun said he had lived his whole life and never seen anyone grow so quickly. He guessed something must have happened to Qiu Yangtian. If the Grand Elder knew about this matter, he would likely take action. On the other side of the Qiu family inner courtyard, Weiwear met a boy. The boy, upon first meeting, asked Weiwear if she wanted to come to his side. He also said he could make Weiwear happier. This matter started last night. Weiwear often had strange dreams. In the dreams, Weiwear wielded a sword, injuring people wantonly. Even if someone died under her sword, she didn't care at all. The sword she held was one her grandfather used before. The Weiwear in the dream had white hair. But today she had an unusual nightmare. Weiwear walked into a room and fought with a group of people. After that, Weiwear met someone. The Weiwear in the dream questioned the other person, "Why did you do this?" That person pierced Weiwear's body with a sword, severely injured. Weiwear was about to die. At this moment, she only wanted to apologize to someone. "Sorry." Tian. Weiwear also woke up from the nightmare, not knowing why. Upon waking, Weiwear really wanted to see the young master. Xiao Yangtian learned from the maidservant. The young master might be in the training ground, but the young master wasn't in the training ground. Only an unfamiliar stranger. That person even said he wanted to make Schwer happier. But Schwer was already happy enough by the young master's side. Just then, the young master appeared with a fierce expression. Seeing this, Weiwear immediately hid behind Xiao Yangtian. Xiao Yangtian first stated Weiwear was his maidservant, then questioned who the other person was. Xiao Yangtian, seeing the person before him blushing, knew he was up to no good. This person first sincerely apologized to Xiao Yangtian, then introduced himself as Qiu Juai. He came here wanting to spar with Xiao Yangtian of the main family line. Xiao Yangtian refused without thinking. Xiao Juai questioned if Xiao Yangtian was afraid of him. Unexpectedly, Xiao Yangtian casually admitted he was indeed afraid. Xiao Juai immediately mocked Xiao Yangtian as a coward. Xiao Yangtian stated, "You read people really well," and admitted he was indeed cowardly. He caused great trouble when sparring with his second sister before. He didn't want to experience that feeling again. Saying so, he pulled Weiwear, wanting to leave. Elderly, suddenly appearing, also persuaded Xiao Yangtian to agree to spar with the other party. Xiao Juai also greeted Elderly. Xiao Yangtian was surprised Elderly actually knew this person. Elderly mentioned Xiao Juai was the Grand Elder's grandson. At this time, Xiao Yangtian also felt their faces indeed looked somewhat similar. Xiao Juai said he wanted to spar with Xiao Yangtian, but he seemed very afraid. Xiao Yangtian felt the other party was most likely here to snatch Weiwear. Or perhaps he received orders from the Grand Elder. Xiao Yangtian immediately thought, this guy was likely sent by the Grand Elder to test his strength. The Grand Elder's ambition was great, so he strongly supported him, this waste, sitting on the family head's seat. But Xiao Yangtian, known as a waste, suddenly defeated the genius Qiu Hongshu. So the Grand Elder's plan deviated. He found someone to test his strength or suppress him. Xiao Yangtian stated again he had no intention of sparring. It was obvious he couldn't win. So there was no need to fight. Elderly, however, believed Xiao Yangtian might not necessarily lose. Xiao Yangtian said the other party was stronger than his second sister, and he didn't want to get involved in family struggles either. Saying so, he took Weiwear's hand, preparing to leave. Just then, a hand grabbed Weiwear. The owner of this hand was precisely Qiu Juai. Qiu Juai told Weiwear that Xiao Yangtian didn't deserve her. He also told Weiwear to give up Xiao Yangtian and choose him. Furious, Xiao Yangtian told him to let go and immediately go spar. A seemingly simple duel unexpectedly required betting his childhood sweetheart. Furious, Xiao Yangtian prepared to cripple the opponent on the spot. Just moments ago, the Grand Elder's grandson, Xiao Juai, grabbed Weiwear's hand, angering Xiao Yangtian into agreeing to spar with him. As the spar was about to begin, Xiao Yangtian regretted agreeing to it.
Elderly told Xiao Yangtian sparring with different people is necessary to further improve one's strength. Xiao Yangtian seized the opportunity to propose to Elderly. Regardless of winning or losing, he must grant him one request. Elderly directly refused, and reminded Xiao Yangtian that if he lost, it would be very disadvantageous for becoming the family head in the future. Xiao Yangtian said he didn't want to be the family head anyway. Elderly hadn't expected. Xiao Yangtian genuinely didn't want to be the family head. Xiao Yangtian directly threatened Elderly. If he didn't agree to his request, he would prepare to lie down and admit defeat. Elderly, under duress, had to agree to Xiao Yangtian's request. But he had to win the spar first. Qiu Juai then said he felt sorry towards young Master Qiu, because last year during their duel, he struck too heavily, causing you to be bedridden for a month. Xiao Yangtian, having returned through rebirth, couldn't remember things from so long ago. Qiu Juai believed Xiao Yangtian defeating the second young mistress was also accidental. He absolutely didn't want a weakling to sit on the family head seat. Even being mocked like this, Xiao Yangtian remained unmoved. Xiao Juai also proposed to Elderly that if he won, he also wanted something. Elderly also approved Xiao Juai's request and asked him what he wanted. Xiao Juai pointed to the maidservant beside them. Hearing this, Xiao Yangtian's anger value soared. Elderly laughed heartily and agreed to the request, then announced the spar begins. Both released their internal energy, facing off against each other. Xiao Yangtian reminded Xiao Juai, "What are you waiting for, not attacking yet?" Xiao Juai explained that in a spar, the weaker one should attack first. In fact, Xiao Juai was already using his full strength just to withstand the internal energy erupted by Xiao Yangtian. He couldn't believe Xiao Yangtian's internal energy was actually this strong. Just then, Xiao Yangtian suddenly retracted part of his internal energy. Xiao Juai thought Xiao Yangtian's internal energy was about to run out. Xiao Yangtian confirmed with Xiao Juai. If he really wanted him to attack first, Xiao Yangtian, receiving confirmation, flashed behind Xiao Juai hadn't even reacted yet. Xiao Yangtian kicked towards Xiao Juai, but he still avoided this kick. Xiao Juai even mocked Xiao Yangtian's speed as too slow. Unbeknownst to him, Xiao Yangtian's right hand had already circulated internal energy. This punch landed heavily on Xiao Juai's face. Xiao Yangtian seized the opportunity for an aerial kick. This kick landed directly on Xiao Juai's face. Red liquid dripped onto the ground. Xiao Juai spat out a mouthful of blood. Xiao Yangtian didn't attack again, but gave him a chance. Xiao Juai stated he underestimated his opponent. Standing up, Xiao Juai reassumed his stance. Xiao Yangtian's current internal energy could only last for half an hour. He had to end this quickly. Xiao Juai assumed a stance, preparing to unleash Jiulong Qiheijian, 9 Dragons Devouring Black Sword. Xiao Yangtian knew the weakness of this move, just need to pay attention to his sword draw. The flame-wrapped long sword drew a streak of light. Xiao Yangtian merely sidestepped to avoid this sword strike. Xiao Juai turned and swung several more times, but all were dodged by Xiao Yangtian. Xiao Yangtian saw through it, although Xiao Juai's moves were fluid. But the weakness was also significant. If interrupted midway, he couldn't continue. Xiao Yangtian placed his right hand on his chest, circulating internal energy. Xiao Juai, not noticing this, was still attacking. Xiao Yangtian struck out with internal energy from his chest. The heat generated by this internal energy directly impacted Xiao Juai. Xiao Juai still didn't know what this heat was about. Xiao Yangtian seized the opportunity, punching Xiao Juai in the stomach, sending him flying backwards.
Xiao Juai lost combat ability on the spot, unable to move. Xiao Yangtian retorted to Xiao Juai.
Do you know what I hate the most? Whether it's the family head position or anything else.
None of it matters. What I hate most is that you dared to covet something you don't deserve. The person before him actually wanted to touch something he could never obtain. Xiao Yangtian prepared to crush one of his hands, to make him give up the thought. Just as he was about to act, Elderly, seeing this, stopped Xiao Yangtian,
telling him to stop here. Afterwards, Elderly mentioned Xiao Yangtian struck too heavily.
Wasn't he afraid of the Grand Elder's retaliation?
Xiao Yangtian stated. Didn't he get up and walk back himself? Probably nothing serious.
Besides, he wasn't becoming the family head anyway. Offending the Grand Elder didn't matter.
Elderly immediately scolded Xiao Yangtian. What nonsense are you talking?
Xiao Yangtian felt whoever wanted to be the family head could be, then asked Weiwear if she wanted to be.
Weiwear said as long as there's food, she wants to be the boss, Xiao Yangtian joked.
Weiwear being the family head is more suitable, then remembered.
When did Weiwear start learning the sword? As Jianzuan's disciple.
She did chores every day, never seen her practice sword, the Weiwear from the previous life.
Wasn't this foolish either, for a moment?
Xiao Yangtian couldn't recall the specific time she started learning sword. Weiwear asked Xiao Yangtian,
did the spar just now injure his brain?
Before young master dies,
can you make Weiwear the boss? Xiao Yangtian couldn't resist giving her head a punch.
At this time, Elderly also stood up, stating the matter of the family head will be discussed next time. Xiao Yangtian immediately stopped Elderly, smilingly asking about the previous agreement.
Elderly immediately asked if he wanted money or food. Xiao Yangtian immediately denied it. He definitely wouldn't make such a simple request.
Xiao Yangtian proposed Elderly send him to Sichuan. Elderly sighed deeply.
Confirming with Xiao Yangtian, just sending him to Sichuan is enough? Xiao Yangtian thought the other party would refuse. Elderly thought Xiao Yangtian was going to make some earth-shattering request. Xiao Yangtian felt this matter was definitely not easy. Sichuan wasn't the Qiu family's courtyard, letting it show.
Family member run around alone definitely wouldn't be allowed.
So there must be an important reason to go out. Elderly told Xiao Yangtian to just attend the Tangbing Huizhan, wouldn't that suffice? Xiao Yangtian also remembered.
The Tangbing Huizhan was an exhibition held annually by the Tang family, inviting prestigious families to display weapons. Actually, attending or not didn't matter, just using this as a reason to go out was enough. Realizing this, Xiao Yangtian immediately regretted it, directly asking Elderly for money.
Elderly pretended not to hear, saying, so you wanted to set off immediately? Xiao Yangtian then said if money wasn't okay, then exchange it for a lingdan.
Hearing this, Elderly excitedly said, Old me will arrange for you to go to Sichuan as soon as possible. Xiao Yangtian hurriedly said he wanted to cancel the previous request, anything would do.
Elderly roared, sending you to Sichuan right now. Xiao Yangtian asked if preparations needed to be made, and reported or something?
Moments later, the servants had already prepared the carriage for Xiao Yangtian's trip to Sichuan. Jianzuan Wei Xiaojun told Weiwear to stay home with him.
Xiao Yangtian thus embarked on the journey to Sichuan. Elderly also told Xiao Yangtian to go quickly and return quickly.
Wei Xiaojun called for Elderly to quickly come inside and work, old people working.
Shouldn't young people help? Elderly could only agree. Elderly then said only the two of them were left. Want to hear some of his complaints?
A few days ago, the Qiu family had asked him about the matter of the medical immortal, Yixian.
Looks like he was entrusted by someone to seek the Yixian. Elderly asked Jinzuan Wei Xiaojun. Why look for the Yixian? Wei Xiaojun remained silent about this. Elderly then said if Senior doesn't want to talk, let's talk about something else. Isn't Senior's granddaughter named Weiwear? She doesn't seem to be human, right? What exactly is that child? Several flying swords instantly appeared around Jianzuan Wei Xiaojun.
Warning Elderly, Joluan, 9 wheels, you've crossed the line. Watch your words, Elderly then said. Every creature has a difference in quantity, energy/essence, everyone should be no exception. But in that child, not a trace of quantity can be felt at all. It's impossible for Yixian to cure that child, you should know this isn't an illness. As Elderly wanted to continue speaking, Jianzuan stopped Elderly and refuted him. That child is human. Elderly knew if he continued speaking, he definitely wouldn't get away unscathed. So he could only turn and leave. Jianzuan Wei Xiaojun believed even if she wasn't human, just teaching her what humans lack would be fine, for Schwer to grow up smoothly. He could even give up his life. Several hours later, Jianzuan realized Wei Schwer was missing. This woman was known throughout the world for her slaughter and cruelty. She personally destroyed her own family, the Nangongqing.
Even the Morin of the Hongshu Majiao didn't dare to look her in the eye.
But in the previous life, she died in Xiao Yangtian's arms. Xiao Yangtian, after rebirth, met her once again, just a short while ago. Xiao Yangtian was sent to Sichuan by Elderly. The convoy, having traveled for about 10 days, was about to reach Sichuan. The maidservant and guard were still preparing dinner. Xiao Yangtian at this time was still diligently cultivating. With a loud bang, a burst of internal energy shot out. Xiao Yangtian, his internal energy depleted, collapsed weakly on the ground. Xiao Yangtian, having cultivated for over 10 days, found his internal energy improvement was still too slow. Must think of other ways to rapidly increase internal energy, like last time.
Absorbing magic stones to increase internal energy is indeed a good method, considering that was Tenma's technique. Best not to use it lightly. He didn't want to tread the old path of being a Morin again. Just then, a sound attracted Xiao Yangtian. Xiao Yangtian hurriedly asked what happened. The maidservant was so scared she jumped off the carriage. Xiao Yangtian lifted the carriage curtain and discovered Weiwear climbing out from inside. Crucially, she was scratching her head with a silly grin. This goes back to before departure. Weiwear's grandfather, Jianzuan Wei Xiaojun,
didn't let Weiwear go to Sichuan. The reason Wei Xiaojun gave was fear that Weiwear would cause trouble. With no one to manage her, he also told Weiwear to quickly help the young master move luggage. Weiwear, helping inside the carriage, thought, this time the young master might not return for a month.
A voice entered Weiwear's mind. Weiwear looked around but found nothing.
Just then, a hand suddenly pushed Weiwear,
directly pushing Weiwear into the cargo box.
At this time, Weiwear still thought someone was playing a prank. A pair of hands reached towards Weiwear, causing her to slowly lose consciousness. Weiwear thus slept in the cargo box. This voice seemed to be saying sorry to her, I'll leave the rest to you.
Weiwear thus followed Xiao Yangtian, setting off for Sichuan.
Weiwear confidently told everyone, that's how it happened. Xiao Yangtian and the guard, and the maidservant, the three of them stared intently at her. Weiwear thought they didn't hear clearly what she said. She told everyone again, that's how it was. No one believed she was tricked by a ghost into getting on the carriage. Along the way, Weiwear kept chattering. Seeing an owl, she mentioned having eaten one before. Quite chewy, she even ate bats, scaring Xiao Yangtian into confiscating her medicinal fruits. Wanted to send Weiwear back to the Qiu family, but now it was too far from Shangxi, no way. Weiwear even wanted to trade insects for her medicinal fruits back, angering Xiao Yangtian into throwing all the medicinal fruits away.
This made Xiao Yangtian increasingly want to send Weiwear back. Just then, Xiao Yangtian seemed to sense something, quickly telling the guard demonic creatures appeared. The guard directly ordered the convoy to stop. Xiao Yangtian sensed 4 demonic creatures. One demonic creature was killed by an arrow. Xiao Yangtian then sensed only 3 demonic creatures remained. Suddenly became 2, the last remaining demonic creature charged towards the carriage where Xiao Yangtian was. Just as Xiao Yangtian circulated internal energy preparing to resolve it, a figure appeared behind the demonic creature. The person resolved the demonic creature with one strike. He was explaining to the guard that he was traveling alone. Didn't handle the demonic creatures well. Weiwear even waved at this person. Xiao Yangtian also recognized this person. Seeing this person reminded him of unpleasant things. The girl said if going to Sichuan, want to go together?
And introduced herself as Nangong Fair. Xiao Yangtian really couldn't figure out why this lunatic also wanted to go to Sichuan, in Xiao Yangtian's previous life memory.
Crows were gnawing on corpses. Nangong Fair stood alone among the remains. Xiao Yangtian asked her about the others. Nangong Fair retorted, what did the cult leader say?
Xiao Yangtian said the cult leader asked me to bring you back, but you'll definitely run around like crazy.
Nangong Fair directly exposed Xiao Yangtian. The latter half was his addition.
Xiao Yangtian told Nangong Fair to follow him. Nangong Fair at this time was still considering whether going left was better or right was better. Xiao Yangtian told Nangong Fair not to cause trouble, just follow him.
Nangong Fair asked if the 3 venerables, Sanzuan, were very strong.
Xiao Yangtian directly warned her not to do unnecessary things. The 3 venerables' opponent is the cult leader.
Nangong Fair asked again how strong the 3 venerables were, compared to him.
Would they be stronger than the cult leader? This series of questions annoyed Xiao Yangtian greatly, directly throwing a burst of flame towards Nangong Fair,
cursing Nangong Fair as a real lunatic in his mouth. Nangong Fair split the flame in half with one sword strike, even questioning if Xiao Yangtian wanted to fight. Xiao Yangtian could only sigh deeply, then told Nangong Fair she took the wrong path. Nangong Fair, following Xiao Yangtian, wanted to ask something again. Xiao Yangtian warned Nangong Fair, Ask about the three venerables again and I'll kill you. Nangong Fair said going this way would be faster. Xiao Yangtian couldn't help but curse. What crap are you talking? Just like that, Xiao Yangtian reached the destination in one day. Nangong Fair reached the destination 4 days later. Now, Nangong Fair asked again if Xiao Yangtian was going to Sichuan, could she go with him? Xiao Yangtian directly refused. He also said the convoy wasn't heading towards Sichuan, crucially, didn't know either. If the young lady was truly from the Nangongqing, hearing this, Nangong Fair said. I see, her eyes changed slightly, a thunderous internal energy wrapped around her body. This powerful internal energy shot straight into the sky. Xiao Yangtian quickly hid Weiwear behind him. The guard also prepared to draw his sword. With a loud explosion sound, Nangong Fair stated. Because she couldn't yet perfectly control this move, she could only demonstrate this much. Can this prove she comes from the Nangongqing? Xiao Yangtian had to admit. She was indeed from the Nangong family, but the convoy cannot travel with someone who uses such dangerous martial arts. At night, Nangong Fair sat alone by the fire, roasting a large frog. Weiwear discovered Nangong Fair roasting the frog. Xiao Yangtian couldn't understand. Having already refused Nangong Fair's request to travel together, why was she still following behind the carriage? Now he could only pretend she didn't exist. Xiao Yangtian also ordered Weiwear not to talk to Nangong Fair. Unbeknownst to him, Weiwear had already run over to Nangong Fair's side. Skinning the frog, Xiao Yangtian grabbed Weiwear, asking what she was doing. Weiwear explained, older sister wants to eat frog, Schwer is helping. Sensing Nangong Fair's gaze, Xiao Yangtian sighed deeply. Xiao Yangtian stated. He knew the young lady was a Nangong family disciple, but didn't understand how the Nangong family would let their own young lady travel alone. Nangong Fair explained she set off with everyone, but got lost midway. Xiao Yangtian said, we already said we're not going to Sichuan, why did you still follow? Hearing this, Weiwear looked slightly surprised. She first looked at Xiao Yangtian, then looked at Nangong Fair, asking with a shocked face, aren't we going to Sichuan? Xiao Yangtian now only regretted not sending her back earlier. Xiao Yangtian could only tell Nangong Fair, follow if you want, but don't do anything unnecessary. Nangong Fair introduced herself again, and asked Xiao Yangtian to also say his name. Xiao Yangtian thought and thought, decided to introduce himself as Qiu Juai. 2 days later, Xiao Yangtian, using Qiu Juai's name, did something regrettable to him. Along the way, Weiwear stuck to Nangong Fair, chattering non-stop. Xiao Yangtian ordered Weiwear to get on the carriage quickly, but Weiwear insisted on pulling Nangong Fair along. Xiao Yangtian naturally didn't want too much contact with her. Xiao Yangtian then asked the guard how much longer until Sichuan. The guard explained at the original speed, 1 day, now needs 3 days. The guard even advised Xiao Yangtian, how about letting Nangong Fair get on the carriage? Xiao Yangtian thought and thought, decided to find a village to rest. A simple martial arts contest unexpectedly crushed the opponent's testicles. Weiwear, returned through rebirth, directly seized control of the current Weiwear's body. With 1 day's journey left to Sichuan, Xiao Yangtian and the others arrived at a village. Preparing to rest, Weiwear clamored to sleep with Nangong Fair. Xiao Yangtian reprimanded Weiwear, get off Nangong Fair's back quickly. The young lady of a prestigious family carrying another family's servant is completely improper. Weiwear tilted her head, refusing to get down. A group of people dressed like Nangong Fair rushed over. The white-haired boy leading them was still shouting sister, urgently asking where she went. Nangong Fair explained self-reproachfully that she got lost. The white-haired boy reminded Nangong Fair, why not walk tied together? Nangong Fair explained that was too shameful. The white-haired boy then asked who the person on her back was. Weiwear introduced herself as Schwer, the one beside his young master. Xiao Yangtian recognized at a glance. The other party was the previous life's Wuling Wujian, the current Leilong Nangongqing Jun. Xiao Yangtian introduced himself as Qiu Juai and expressed it was a great honor to meet Leilong. Nangongqing Jun scratched his head, laughing humbly, replying, you flatter me. He then instantly changed his expression, questioning how Xiao Yangtian's group was with his sister. Xiao Yangtian explained they met Nangong Fair on the way to Sichuan together. Nangong Fair immediately questioned, didn't you say before you weren't going to Sichuan? Even Weiwear looked at Xiao Yangtian with an inexplicable gaze. Nangongqing Jun said they had already found a place to stay and invited Xiao Yangtian to rest there together. Xiao Yangtian, wanting to avoid getting involved with Nangong Fair, directly refused. Just then, the guard came over to remind him there were no more spare rooms in the village. They still had to stay with the Nangong family people. Xiao Yangtian knew after Nangong Fair became a Morin, the first thing
was destroying her own Nangong family, whether it was the family head, younger brother, or disciples.
Not a single survivor was left, thus she also obtained the title Ma Jinho, Demon Sword Empress?
Xiao Yangtian really couldn't understand why she did such a thing, and now, she seemed to have a good relationship with Leilong, judging from the strength Nangong Fair displayed last time. She should be stronger than Leilong, but she had no title or reputation in the martial world. Wulin.
Xiao Yangtian felt Nangong Fair's younger brother Leilong also seemed quite normal.
Just as Xiao Yangtian stepped out, he encountered Leilong Nangongqing. Xiao Yangtian greeted the other party and thanked him for sharing the rooms. Nangongqing directly bumped past Xiao Yangtian and reminded Xiao Yangtian to be mindful of his status. Xiao Yangtian didn't know what was going on.
Nangongqing solemnly told Xiao Yangtian, based on your strength,
don't talk to my sister in the future, and warned Xiao Yangtian if he confused her again. His sister would tear him to pieces, and that dead girl riding on his sister's back. Just then, Nangong Fair opened the door. Nangongqing then smilingly expressed to Xiao Yangtian, hosting young Master Qiu was his honor. Nangongqing thus pushed Nangong Fair away. Xiao Yangtian now understood, these people were all a bunch of lunatics. Just then, the guard came looking. Xiao Yangtian asked how soon they could depart. The guard replied they could leave after breakfast. Xiao Yangtian felt thankful the guard was still normal. Xiao Yangtian just wanted to eat and get away from this group of Nangong family people early. Pushing open the door, he found Nangong Fair and Weiwear. Xiao Yangtian didn't understand why Weiwear had to sit with Nangong Fair to eat. Xiao Yangtian had to remind Nangong Fair her seat wasn't here. Look, your younger brother's gaze could almost kill someone. Nangong Fair turned her head incredulously.
Nangongqing immediately put on a beaming smile.
Xiao Yangtian thought, just need to get through the Tangbing Huizhan. After hurriedly eating 2 buns, he prepared to leave. Weiwear immediately followed. Nangong Fair also wanted to follow but held back. Just then, a foul stench assaulted them, making Nangong Fair involuntarily cover her nose. Nangongqing also walked over
and asked Nangong Fair why she sat here. From Nangong Fair's perspective,
Nangongqing was simply a collection of foul stench. In Nangong Fair's eyes, only Xiao Yangtian had no foul stench around him. She barely ate breakfast before preparing to leave. Just like that, Nangong Fair followed Xiao Yangtian again. Leilong Nangongqing counted on his fingers. Cursing this group of obstructive people, Xiao Yangtian asked Nangong Fair why she was still following them.
Nangong Fair said she wasn't following, just walking together. Xiao Yangtian then asked, then why don't you walk with your companions? Just as Nangong Fair was about to explain,
Weiwear popped up, saying she brought her over. Annoyed, Xiao Yangtian wanted to throw Weiwear off the carriage. After this, they arrived in Sichuan. Sichuan Tang Men, a prestigious righteous sect rooted in Sichuan for centuries. Sharp like the Nangong family, domineering like Hebei's Pang family, delicate like the Morong family. Although Tang Men couldn't compare to other prestigious families, in terms of metalwork and poison, they were number 1 in the Central Plains. Xiao Yangtian pondered how to find the treasure within the 3 days the Tangbing Huizhan was held.
The only clue he knew was that the treasure was near the Tang family's vicinity. But how to find the treasure in such a large place? Just then, Weiwear screamed, startling Xiao Yangtian. Weiwear said it was her first time being somewhere so high, and told Xiao Yangtian to look. There were fireflies below. Also said there was a beautiful lake below, pulling Xiao Yangtian down to see. Only after going down did they find just a small pond. Xiao Yangtian had no choice but to give Weiwear's head 2 punches. He couldn't imagine how big this Tang family actually was. At this time, Weiwear was still holding 2 flowers, joking with Xiao Yangtian. Weiwear said she also wanted to make the young master happy. Xiao Yangtian asked Weiwear if treasure was hidden here. How should they find it? Weiwear complained with a straight face, why hide treasure? Just then, someone stepped forward shouting, who are you people? This is not a place for idle people to enter and exit freely. Xiao Yangtian also remembered this woman. Who she was. In the previous life, she alone repelled thousands of Morin. She was precisely Dufay Tang Shalai. Also the woman killed by Xiao Yangtian in the previous life. Xiao Yangtian came before the dying Dufay, questioning, is this the end? Dufay also recognized this familiar voice. Xiao Yangtian asked what guarding here could change. Dufay also knew nothing could be changed. Xiao Yangtian asked again why she did this. Dufay retorted, why did Xiao Yangtian come here? Xiao Yangtian grabbed her throat. Came here to kill you. Of course, Dufay apologized to Xiao Yangtian, saying sorry to him. Because only after losing her eyes did she see certain things. Better to have let go earlier. Xiao Yangtian asked if these were his last words. Dufay said if there was time, hoped In the end, Xiao still snapped Dufay's neck, then turned and left.
Looking at the hand that snapped Dufay's neck, he himself felt disgusted. The current Dufay. Tang Xiaolai was still asking Xiao why he wasn't speaking. Xiao looked at the current Dufay. Only felt the other party was like a child. Just then, a hand rested on Tang Xiaolai's shoulder.
Nangong Fair whispered something in her ear.
After this, Tang Xiaolai introduced herself to Xiao and also apologized.
Xiao also introduced himself as Qiu Juai. Tang Xiaolai then asked why Xiao was here.
Because this was a place that required permission to enter. Xiao, understanding this, also prepared to leave. After Xiao and Weiwear left,
Tang Xiaolai even said, "Aren't Qiu family people very impolite? Made a mistake and ran off without apologizing. Is being good-looking that amazing?
Those guys who rely on their looks are all annoying." Nangong Fair just watched Tang Xiaolai keep talking from the side. Tang Xiaolai, realizing she misspoke, hurriedly explained she wasn't talking about his looks.
Nangong Fair, however, couldn't remember what part of Xiao was good-looking.
As Tang Xiaolai left, she didn't forget to say, gentle people are still better. The day before the Tangbing Huaishan was about to start, Xiao prepared to cultivate to pass the time. Nangong Fair and Nangongqing came looking. Xiao asked what was the matter. Nangong Fair only managed to say food after a long pause. Nangongqing enthusiastically helped her out. The Tang family invites everyone to eat, sister hopes you will go together. Xiao also smiled, saying he was rather shy. He thought saying this would make the other party understand. Nangongqing grabbed Xiao arm, inviting Xiao again to go together. Xiao didn't understand what was wrong with this guy. Even if he didn't go, he insisted on dragging him. This made Xiao unable to bear it anymore, directly erupting with internal energy. Assuming a posture ready to fight Nangongqing had to let go. The atmosphere of the scene instantly became strange. Xiao thought there was no way to refuse anymore. Decided to attend the banquet after all. Xiao put his arm around Nangongqing, whispering softly for him to watch his expression. Manage it, your sister is watching.
Nangongqing was very angry but couldn't erupt.
The Tang family living room table was filled with spicy food. This made it impossible for Xiao to eat. After the Tang family's young master, Tang Zhou, exchanged a few pleasantries, the banquet began. It was Xiao first time seeing red steamed buns, prepared to try one. He noticed a gaze staring at him.
Dufay Tang Xiaolai was staring at him with an inexplicable gaze.
In the previous life, every time he saw her, she had this look. This life, it was the same.
Xiao took a bite of the red bun, instantly overwhelmed by the spiciness, yet couldn't spit it out.
Tang Xiaolai blushed even more seeing this scene.
Xiao really couldn't eat such spicy food. Someone beside handed Xiao
a teacup, and also told Xiao which things weren't spicy. This person was precisely Nangong Fair. This action directly struck Xiao. Nangongqing, seeing this scene, trembled with anger, directly snapping his chopsticks.
Tang Zhou teased, looks like the Tang family chopsticks aren't sturdy. Nangongqing could only explain he wasn't good at using chopsticks.
Just then, Tang Xiaolai sat directly next to Xiao. Xiao didn't know what was going on.
Xiao asked Tang Xiaolai, you keep staring at me, do you have something to say?
Tang Xiaolai flusteredly explained, no. Just then, Tang Xiaolai asked Xiao, do you like?
Nangongqing interrupted her by speaking loudly, brother Tang, is that the training ground below?
Tang Zhou explained that was the Tang family's exclusive training ground, but it hadn't been used since completion. Nangongqing said he wanted to take a look. Tang Zhou went along with him, saying after the meal,
everyone could go look together. Xiao could see Nangongqing had some motive. Xiao had to admit the Tang family's training ground was indeed large.
Tang Zhou explained the ancestors felt bigger would be better. Nangongqing agreed with this point. Tang Zhou added, previously when Xiaolai was young, she insisted on competing and used it a few times. Tang Xiaolai was instantly too shy to speak. Nangongqing, taking out his weapon, said,
after eating, one should digest. How about sparring with Xiao?
Xiao could see Nangongqing was looking for an excuse to beat him up. Xiao hurriedly denied. How would I dare to spar with Lei Long, just as he was about to refuse?
Tang Xiaolai refused Qingjun on Xiao behalf first, young Master Qingjun and young Master Qiu. There's a big gap in both age and level. What if you accidentally injure his face? Nangongqing stated they wouldn't use internal energy, a spar similar to guidance, and provocatively asked Xiao how about it. Xiao really couldn't stand Nangongqing's attitude, immediately questioning Nangongqing, is your level sufficient? Tang Joey hurriedly mediated, saying regardless, Xingjun is still a senior.
Nangongqing waved his hand, interrupting Tang Joey. He wanted to see how strong Qiu Yangtian really was.
The spar officially began. Nangongqing let Qiu Yangtian attack first.
Qiu Yangtian retorted for Nangongqing to attack first, making Nangongqing gnash his teeth in anger.
Directly charging towards Qiu Yangtian easily dodged by sidestepping. Nangongqing launched another chain attack. Qiu Yangtian saw through it.
These two attacks were feints. The real attack starts now. Tang Xiaolai stared intently at this scene. She had been different since childhood. While other children were still chasing cats and dogs, she was already chasing tigers.
Fierce eyes, sharp teeth, emanating an inviolable aura all over.
Tang Xiaolai liked strong male animals. She hoped if at the Tangbing Huaizhen she could meet a man like a mantis, that would be great. She didn't understand why everyone liked to watch him. Just when she thought there were no men like mantises in this world, she met the true love she couldn't encounter in a lifetime. Just looking at him made her heart race and face flush. The other party looked like just an ordinary young master from a prestigious family, in young Mistress Tang's eyes.
Qiu Yangtian seemed to glow. All his actions were too cool. Unconsciously, she sat next to Qiu Yangtian. By the time she realized, it was too late. Just as she prepared to understand further, a broken sword flew over with a bang. The broken sword stabbed directly into the ground. Nangong Fair and Tang Xiaolai both showed shocked expressions. Simply couldn't believe the scene before them. Leilong Nangongqing's sword was broken.
Qiu Yangtian looked down on the opponent. The stunned Tang Xiaolai's legs went weak, collapsing softly. Nangongqing also didn't know how the sword broke. He indeed held back in the first two moves. But later, even using all his strength, he couldn't defeat the opponent. If it were a real battle, you would have died 3 times already, Qiu Yangtian said, punching towards Nangongqing.
But Nangongqing directly avoided Qiu Yangtian, reminding him to get a better weapon. Because for guidance, one should always give something, right?
This made Nangongqing gnash his teeth in anger. Qiu Yangtian continued to provoke. It's not impossible for me to guide you. At this moment, Nangongqing directly circulated his internal energy. Qiu Yangtian also noticed this.
Nangongqing, enveloped in lightning, turned into a streak of light.
Qiu Yangtian still dodged this attack. Qiu Yangtian was also angry now. The opponent actually used internal energy. Nangongqing circulated internal energy. Countless sword energies attacked Qiu Yangtian, but his sword energies were all shattered by Qiu Yangtian. He couldn't believe the reality before him. The person in front was actually stronger than him.
Qiu Yangtian slowly spoke. Did you know?
I've been putting up with you for a long time, Qiu Yangtian flashed.
Closing the distance, then kicked Nangongqing's groin. This kick landed squarely on the man's certain part.
Nangong Fair's eyes widened.
Tang Joey couldn't stop it even if he wanted to. Tang Xiaolai covered her mouth even more. Nangongqing also felt intense pain, with a cracking sound.
His balls shattered on the ground. Nangongqing weakly clutched his groin. He still had a glare in his eyes. Qiu Yangtian mocked. Did they really break? Intense pain made Nangongqing howl continuously, yet his mouth still refused to admit defeat. Also calling Qiu Yangtian a despicable fellow, and said he would tell all the prestigious families about this. Make Qiu Yangtian unable to hold his head high. Qiu Yangtian suddenly questioned Nangongqing, how many have you killed?
At least 10 or so, right? Nangongqing still didn't understand what Qiu Yangtian meant.
Qiu Yangtian directly seized Nangongqing's right hand, preparing to break it. Tang Joey stopped Qiu Yangtian, telling him to stop here. Qiu Yangtian mentioned this guy secretly used internal energy and spoke recklessly.
Do you think there's no problem with such a person? Tang Joey warned Qiu Yangtian. This is someone from the Nangong family.
No one knows what will happen later, Qiu Yangtian explained, because he is from the Nangong family.
I kept letting him off. What if our identities were swapped? This left Tang Joey helpless, only able to sigh deeply.
Qiu Yangtian directly snapped Nangongqing's arm, then calmly left.
However, after taking just 2 steps, he felt something was wrong. Did he cause trouble again?
If he told elderly he injured the Nangong family's young master,
he probably wouldn't mind, right? Qiu Yangtian thought as long as someone was present, it would be fine. Just then, a hand grabbed Qiu Yangtian. Nangong Fair asked Qiu Yangtian to tell her his name. Qiu Yangtian flung Nangong Fair's hand away, saying, didn't I say I needed Qiu Jie, an alias? Nangong Fair pointed out Qiu Yangtian was lying.
Qiu Yangtian thought Nangong Fair wanted revenge for her brother, but Nangong Fair at this time, seeing her brother beaten like that, showed no emotional fluctuation at all. Nangong Fair grabbed Qiu Yangtian's hands, asking Qiu Yangtian to tell her his real name. Faced with such a scene, Zhou Yangtian was also helpless. Zhou Yangtian asked Nangong Fair, "If I tell you, will you stop following me?" Nangong Fair looked understanding. Nodding in agreement, Zhou Yangtian considered for a while, then still revealed his real name was Zhou Yangtian.
Nangong Fair blushed, muttering Zhou Yangtian after this.
Zhou Yangtian, having dealt with Nangongqing, wasn't really in the mood to attend the Tangbing Huaizhan. Just taking this opportunity to look for the treasure, he couldn't imagine what would happen if the guard knew he crippled the Nangong family's young master. Meanwhile, on the other side, the guard was anxiously searching for the young master. Zhou Yangtian then asked Weiwear if she had seen the young master. Weiwear of course didn't know. Then the guard explained to Weiwear, the young master hadn't returned after the meal. The guard was still troubled about how to report to the family the matter of hitting the Nangong family's young master. A golden light flashed in Weiwear's eyes. She revealed a look of grievance, gazing forward. The Sichuan Yanjia was once the #1 wealthy merchant in the martial world, not only having strong experts presiding, but also controlling the economic lifeline of the Central Plains. But one day, the entire Sichuan Yanjia suddenly disappeared. According to records, the treasure left by the Sichuan Yanjia is under a white maple tree. Zhou Yangtian searched the mountain for half a day,
but couldn't find the white maple tree. Zhou Yangtian even complained, where would a white maple tree come from in autumn?
At this time, Zhou Yangtian's stomach was also hungry. The previous buns were too spicy, he ate nothing, wasted energy, sparred, and still had to climb the mountain. Just then, Weiwear handed over medicinal fruits. Zhou Yangtian subconsciously said, "Zhu pig Shuer, you're somewhat useful at times like this." Weiwear argued she wasn't a pig. Weiwear, having helped, was still scratching her head. Zhou Yangtian, coming to his senses, immediately questioned why she was here. Weiwear grinned mischievously, took out all the food from her back, explaining she found this place by feeling. "As long as Shuer is here, young master won't have to worry." Zhou Yangtian pointed for her to sit down quickly, afraid dust would fall into the food. Zhou Yangtian muttered, the white maple tree was indeed a lie. Weiwear immediately denied it, because she just saw it, and it was very beautiful. Zhou Yangtian froze on the spot, immediately asking where she saw it. Weiwear explained she saw it together with the young master before. Zhou Yangtian looked completely baffled. Then Weiwear led Zhou Yangtian to a dead tree. Zhou Yangtian completely disbelieved. The tree before him was a white maple tree. Prying Weiwear's eyes open, he asked her if she saw wrong, just as Zhou Yangtian prepared to leave. Weiwear said seriously that she wasn't lying. The previous lives, Weiwear was very sure the white maple tree was here. White energy appeared around her body. After confirming with Zhou Yangtian there was no white maple tree, he prepared to go back and find elderly to cultivate. Weiwear broke open a rift in space with her hand. Zhou Yangtian immediately shouted for Weiwear to stand guard. He clearly sensed it was very dangerous over there. After this rift was poked open by Weiwear, it grew larger and larger. A blue light flashed. A small spatial crack, after being broken open, became a huge rift. The white maple tree also appeared before Zhou Yangtian's eyes. Weiwear also turned to look at Zhou Yangtian, confirming with him, this is the place, right? Although Zhou Yangtian didn't know what was happening, but he guessed Weiwear did something that caused the spatial split. He asked Weiwear how she did it. Weiwear feigned ignorance, saying she didn't know. Zhou Yangtian said, but I saw you put your hand on it. Weiwear just played dumb. Zhou Yangtian was angry but also helpless. He planned to settle the score with her after returning. Zhou Yangtian carefully inspected the area around the white maple tree, found a huge black hole behind the tree. Weiwear explained this was the entrance. Saying so, she jumped down, telling Zhou Yangtian to follow quickly. Zhou Yangtian gritted his teeth and could only choose to follow. After Zhou Yangtian jumped down, a man also arrived here. He was still cursing something under his breath. Zhou Yangtian felt fortunate it wasn't too high. That was great. Zhou Yangtian told Weiwear not to move recklessly, it was too dangerous. Two cave entrances appeared before the pair. Just as Zhou Yangtian didn't know which way to go, Weiwear pointed in one direction, so Zhou Yangtian followed Weiwear to an entrance. Zhou Yangtian remembered today's Weiwear was a bit inexplicable. Weiwear even mentioned today's young master was willing to listen to Shuer's words, a good young master. Just then, the man who had been tracking them also caught up. Zhou Yangtian kept following Weiwear's cowlick, but felt no end in sight at all. Weiwear told Zhou Yangtian to just trust her, thus they walked into a pitch-black place. Zhou Yangtian couldn't resist giving Weiwear's head a punch. How did she bring him to this place? The luminous pearls here had lost their light, and there was nothing in this room. Weiwear patted Zhou Yangtian's shoulder. He felt like there was something scaring Weiwear into a shiver. A white creature swam around. Xiao Yangtian hurriedly pulled Weiwear behind him. A giant white python appeared before the pair. This terrified Xiao Yangtian and Weiwear, the #1 childhood friend under heaven reborn, only to protect her whom he failed to protect in the previous life. After returning, her swordsmanship remained invincible. Just moments ago, Weiwear led Xiao Yangtian to find the Sichuan Yin family treasure. But there was a giant white python here. Xiao Yangtian quickly protected Weiwear behind him.
He didn't expect there would be demonic creatures in the treasure trove, and such a huge one. Moreover, this demonic creature was at least a light-level demonic creature.
Xiao Yangtian felt fortunate the demonic creature hadn't woken up yet. Just as he prepared to sneak out like this, the demonic creature suddenly opened its eyes. Xiao Yangtian also hesitated whether to act. Weiwear's pupils also turned golden. Xiao Yangtian judged the demonic creature before him was definitely not an opponent he could defeat. At this time, Weiwear's pupils returned to normal. Just as Xiao Yangtian circulated internal energy, deciding to fight the demonic creature desperately, the giant python transmitted its voice to Xiao Yangtian, telling him to retract his power, stating it had no intention of harming the two.
Xiao Yangtian, having lived 2 lives, couldn't believe demonic creatures could talk, the giant python said.
It was very curious why someone not of Jin family bloodline could find this place.
Xiao Yangtian casually said he just found it.
At this time, the giant python seemed to notice something, saying, "So that's how it is," and asked why Xiao Yangtian came here. Xiao Yangtian explained he also entered by chance. He thought if the great snake knew he came looking for the Sichuan Yin family treasure,
it probably wouldn't let them go. The giant python seemed to see through Xiao Yangtian.
Even telling him the thing he was looking for seemed to be gone already. The giant python moved closer to Xiao Yangtian,
solemnly asking him, "What do you think fate is?" Xiao Yangtian retorted, "What kind of stupid question is this?"
The giant python froze for a few seconds, then suddenly burst into laughter. Xiao Yangtian thought,
was it getting senile or what? The giant python then said,
"Seeing you, not of the enemy bloodline, step foot here.
Knew they probably had already disappeared. What attachment do I still have for the disappeared people? And why exactly do I persist?"
Xiao Yangtian, seeing the situation, immediately pulled Weiwear, preparing to leave. The giant python tossed out a crystal ball, telling him this was payment for talking with it. Xiao Yangtian thought it was a magic stone. "If it's you carrying these things, perhaps you'll accept it more easily than others." Xiao Yangtian picked up this crystal ball, and immediately noticed something was wrong. Although this crystal ball had no magic stone aura, but the Modeo Qianqi Gong was absorbing it. Xiao Yangtian's face contorted, looking very uncomfortable. A pair of hands placed on his back. It was Weiwear pressing both palms against Xiao Yangtian's back, transferring charm to him. Xiao Yangtian, about to lose consciousness, asked who the other party was. Saying so, he lost consciousness and collapsed on the ground. The giant python asked if Weiwear was satisfied.
Weiwear, enveloped in golden internal energy, retorted to the giant python, "You dare ask if I'm satisfied?" The giant python told Weiwear to retract her pressure. "Such powerful pressure isn't something resolved just by fainting." The giant python said, "You twisted many things, is this your choice?"
Weiwear retorted to the giant python, "What, you can't understand?" The giant python stated because it understood too well. That's why it felt regretful. Weiwear asked the giant python, "Why give the precious jade to someone met for the first time?" The giant python explained it was just an accidental variable. Waiting for someone who won't come is too lonely. It had also given up. The giant python saying this, its body also gradually disappeared.
Its entire body turned into flower petals, vanishing from this room.
Weiwear sighed that fate is so fickle, adding, "What a dull fellow." The second life obtained with great difficulty, yet used to protect oneself. Just then, a voice told Weiwear, "Give it back to me now." Weiwear said she needed to borrow it a little longer, because it was still very dangerous now. At this time, the man tracking Weiwear also found this place. The man asked when Weiwear discovered him. Weiwear said coldly, "Just a piece of trash cleaning up messes for the Nangong family." Hearing this, the man almost drew his sword.
He couldn't imagine his own young master, Nangongqing,
lost to such a waste who could faint just from climbing a mountain, and threatened Weiwear to hand over Xiao Yangtian and he'd let her go.
Weiwear questioned the man, "Is this that trash's meaning, or the Nangong family's meaning?"
Angering the man into placing his sword against Weiwear's neck on the spot. "How dare you speak disrespectfully to that lord of the Nangong family?" Weiwear placed a finger against her lips, because she just wanted to resolve this quietly. Golden charm spread around. The man didn't even notice his hand had already been severed. Sudden pain made the man couldn't help but shout loudly. Weiwear told him to be quiet. At this time, several golden long swords appeared around Weiwear. Her hair also turned golden. He's sleeping soundly, can't wake him up. Weiwear, returned through rebirth, wasn't even allowed to take another look at the person she liked. She only hoped one day she could meet him again, just a short while ago. Leilong Nangongqing, whose arm was broken, still couldn't accept the result of defeat. He believed Xiao must have used some evil technique. He summoned his subordinate Matai, preparing to take revenge on Xiao, but the Chiu family guard was too strong, completely no chance. And now Xiao was separated from the guard. Matai thought this was a good opportunity. The order Nangongqing gave was to twist off Xiao arm, then finish him off. Only then would it count as revenge for the family. Matai thus tracked Weiwear all the way, finding Xiao. But the Weiwear before him severed one of his arms with a single sword strike. Matai lowered his stance, asking who exactly she was. Weiwear pondered for a moment. There's no need for you to know these things anymore. Another sword strike severed Matai's other arm. Such a person destined to die dared to question her. Crucially, the time Weiwear could fully control this body was running out. She fixed her gaze on Xiao. Matai also seized this opportunity. Fleeing with all his might, without thinking, he charged directly towards the exit, as long as he could escape. There was still a chance. Matai, in his entire life, had never seen such a monstrous existence. But he only ran halfway before collapsing, without him noticing. Even his hands and feet were severed chaotically. Weiwear originally wanted to give the choice of the first kill to the current Weiwear. She apologized to the current Weiwear. The current Weiwear again demanded the past Weiwear return the body to her, but the past Weiwear still wanted to stay with Xiao a little longer. Just a little while would be fine. The current Weiwear emphasized this was her body. The past Weiwear couldn't refute. She then said, "Now or the future, it's all yours." The giant python, about to completely dissipate, asked Weiwear, "Are you leaving?" Weiwear herself knew this body was too strained. The giant python asked again, "Do you know what kind of existence you are?" Weiwear indicated she knew a little. The giant python told Weiwear this was an arduous path. The giant python, before completely disappearing, wished Weiwear could still have a future. Weiwear herself didn't know if there was still such a future. She only hoped to meet Xiao again. Weiwear thus guarded Xiao. Not long after, Xiao opened his eyes. Weiwear appeared before him. Xiao, waking up, still didn't know what happened. Engaged? Engaged? Xiao and Nangong Fair were actually engaged? Just a short while ago, Weiwear led Xiao to find the white maple tree, but there was nothing inside the secret vault. Only a large white snake. This giant python even gave Xiao a bead. This bead was even absorbed by Xiao. Xiao explained everything that just happened to Weiwear. Weiwear said, "What snake and bead? Young master is dreaming again." Xiao was certain Weiwear was lying. Weiwear argued vehemently with Xiao. Schwer found the white maple tree. Young master also got a bead from the big snake. Who would believe such a story? Xiao even complained how Weiwear could think normally at times like this. Xiao then asked them how they were brought here. Weiwear explained she didn't know either. Just like this upon waking. Just then, a pain surged from Xiao chest. He quickly sat down to circulate energy and regulate breath. Xiao discovered after absorbing that bead, his internal energy increased significantly. Although his current strength was 3-star, his internal energy was already very close to 4-star. Xiao guessed the great snake moved them outside and also erased Weiwear's memory. Staying here longer might get criticized by the guard, so Xiao prepared to set off back. Still had to carry Weiwear down the mountain. Weiwear blushed, saying she ate a bit much yesterday. Might be a bit heavy, hesitant, not wanting Xiao to carry her. Xiao, carrying Weiwear, felt she indeed wasn't too light, but the current Xiao had 3-star Huoluan Gong, plus 4-star internal energy, completely no problem. He thus carried Weiwear, rushing down the mountain. Now Xiao only felt light as a feather all over. The two thus traversed down the mountain. The guard was still anxiously pacing the corridor. If something happened to the young master, then his own hands and feet would likely be tied up. Just then, Xiao returned carrying Weiwear. The guard immediately questioned Xiao. How could he disappear without a word? Xiao could only laugh awkwardly, explaining, "Aren't I back now?" The guard asked again where Xiao went. Weiwear answered first, went up the mountain to see the big snake. Xiao directly covered Weiwear's mouth, afraid she talked nonsense. He told the guard he just took a walk nearby. The guard knew at a glance. Something must have happened to Xiao since he was found out. Xiao Yangtian didn't plan to hide it, explaining he gained a small opportunity. Just then, Xiao Yangtian sensed 2 extra auras nearby. These 2 people were precisely Dufay. Tang Xiaolai and Nangong Fair. Dufay, seeing Xiao Yangtian, was so scared she even dropped her food. Xiao Yangtian first asked Tang Xiaolai if she was waiting for him, then asked Nangong Fair. "Didn't you promise not to bother me again?" Tang Xiaolai argued. "She wasn't here waiting for young Master Qiu." Nangong Fair, eating food, said she wasn't causing trouble either. Xiao Yangtian directly questioned what the 2 really wanted coming here. Tang Xiaolai explained seriously. She came to say hello. Nangong Fair had the same reason. Although they hadn't managed to say hello yet, Xiao Yangtian felt fortunate Leilong Nangongqing Jun hadn't come. Nangong Fair seemed to have discovered something, suddenly raising her right hand. She similarly discovered the change in Xiao Yangtian's internal energy. Xiao Yangtian averted his gaze, explaining something happened. Tang Xiaolai was still asking, did Xiao Yangtian prefer poison or daggers? Nangong Fair at this time had become very strange. Nangong Fair, snapping her chopsticks, stated she wanted to spar with Xiao Yangtian. Xiao Yangtian, hearing about sparring again, directly collapsed onto the guard, stating he was too tired from cultivating earlier, feeling dizzy now. Seeing the guard still hadn't understood his meaning, he kept giving the guard looks. Only then did the guard ask Tang Xiaolai and Nangong Fair to leave. Before leaving, Tang Xiaolai mentioned there was an important matter. She handed Xiao Yangtian an invitation to next year's Tangbing Huaishan, to avoid unnecessary trouble. Xiao Yangtian still accepted the invitation, although he probably couldn't come next year. Tang Xiaolai and Nangong Fair walked on the way back. Tang Xiaolai saw Nangong Fair looking very happy. Her expression couldn't help but change. Tang Xiaolai directly asked Nangong Fair if she liked young Master Qiu. Nangong Fair thought and thought, then retorted to Tang Xiaolai, "What is liking?" Tang Xiaolai, asked this question, stuttered, unable to explain clearly. Could only end this topic. Nangong Fair asked Tang Xiaolai, what was the thing she said she'd give her earlier? Tang Xiaolai explained tearfully. The invitation given to young Master Qiu just now was originally for you. Nangong Fair didn't mind this, as compensation. Tang Xiaolai prepared to invite Nangong Fair to drink something good. Poison? In Nangong Fair's eyes at this time, Tang Xiaolia's side was also filled with stench. She had to endure this foul smell. She could only console herself that she would soon meet Xiao Yangtian again. At this time, the Nangong family. The Nangong family head was reprimanding Leilong Nangongqing Jun. Just arranged for you to take care of sister Nangong Fair, ended up losing a guard. Nangongqing Jun was also wondering why Matai hadn't returned yet. Matai had already reached the ranks of top experts, impossible to fail, right? Erupting with internal energy, the Nangong family head questioned if Nangongqing Jun knew where his disappointment lay. Not that you lost to an unknown rising star, nor that you developed killing intent during the spar. The disappointment is you failed to properly conclude this matter. The Nangong family head didn't intend to punish Nangongqing Jun, just told him to temporarily stay home in seclusion. Don't go out, the Nangong family head finally reminded Nangongqing Jun. Forget about the matter of sparring with the Qiu family person. Nangongqing Jun asked his father what this meant. The Nangong family head turned back, glanced at him contemptuously. Nangongqing Jun fearfully lowered his head. The Nangong family head explained, when you become the family head, you'll understand. Before that, don't make a move against the Qiu family. Perhaps in the future, everyone will be one family. Hearing this, Nangongqing Jun was instantly stunned, wanting to ask again what exactly it meant. At this time, in Shanxi Qiu family, Xiao Yangtian asked Elderly with a bewildered face what he was saying. Elderly repeated it again, your marriage engagement has been put on the agenda. Xiao Yangtian thought Elderly was joking again. Most crucially, the Qiu family and Peng family just annulled their engagement. Elderly pointed out, the engagement with the Peng family. Wasn't it all caused by you speaking nonsense? Now this marriage was achieved only through this old man personally matchmaking for you. Weiwear even asked if young master was getting engaged. Xiao Yangtian explained Elderly was joking. Weiwear asked again what an engagement was. Can it be eaten? Here let's add a side note. Weiwear in the novel, many chapters later, only learned what engagement was, after he knew what engagement was. Didn't speak to Nangong Fair for a long time. Just then, the guard came over to tell Xiao Yangtian. The matter of the engagement is true, because it has spread through all the streets and alleys. Xiao Yangtian really couldn't figure out which family it was. Wanted to get engaged to someone with such a notorious reputation like him, he directly asked Elderly, which family is the engagement with? Which specific young lady? Elderly told Xiao Yangtian not to be too surprised, first saying the character Nan, South. Xiao Yangtian also guessed it was the Nangongqing. He couldn't imagine what kind of benefit the Nangongqing received to agree to an engagement with the Qiu family.
Xiao Yangtian asked again, doesn't the Nangongqing only have one female member?
Elderly explained. Then perhaps you already met at the Tangbing Huaishan venue. Hearing this made Xiao Yangtian stunned. The person engaged to Xiao Yangtian was precisely Nangong Fair. Xiao Yangtian once again saw the sister he killed in his previous life. Just now, Xiao Yangtian blurted out. He actually had to get engaged to that lunatic Nangong Fair. Elderly immediately reprimanded Xiao Yangtian. This time, absolutely do not say such nonsense to the engagement partner. Moreover, this is decided by the prestigious families. If you have any dissatisfaction, you can reflect it to the family head. Compared to this, there's something more important, that is, your eldest sister is back. Hearing this, Xiao Yangtian felt completely unwell. Bazoon of the world's strongest three venerables once said,
now is the era of meteors. Various geniuses emerge like bamboo shoots after rain.
Born in this era, you seem to be born in the wrong era, compared to your older sister. You are too ordinary, therefore he deeply disliked eldest sister. Hey Feng Xiao Shife. Xiao Yangtian subconsciously looked left and right, searching for a hiding place. Elderly held Xiao Yangtian down
and asked him where he was going. Xiao Yangtian begged Elderly, could he pretend not to see him?
But Elderly didn't care about such things. Xiao Yangtian told Elderly again. He needed to disappear for a few months, don't look for him. Elderly threatened to knock Xiao Yangtian out if he acted recklessly again. Xiao Yangtian asked if he could be unconscious for a month. At this time, the backyard seemed to have flames burning. A voice ordered Xiao Yangtian to go over quickly. Xiao Yangtian immediately ordered the guard to quickly block the door. Just grab some wood to block it would do. Hearing this, the guard was also puzzled what was happening. The guard casually picked up a broomstick, propping it up as a doorbolt. A voice came from behind the door. Sister comes, yet brother blocks the door. The main gate was burned through, creating a hole. With a loud bang, the door was blasted open. Xiao Shife walked in, clenching her fists. Muttering upon entering, brother is truly impolite. This terrified Xiao Yangtian. Xiao Shife retracted her internal energy, greeting Xiao Yangtian, under Elderly's coercion. He could only avert his gaze in response. Xiao Shife then said, you're doing well now, huh? Have you forgotten your knees? Hearing this, Xiao Yangtian immediately knelt down. Elderly even praised Xiao Shife for being as friendly as ever. While Elderly and eldest sister were talking, Xiao Yangtian was still thinking how to escape. Eldest sister questioned Xiao Yangtian, do you know where you went wrong? Xiao Yangtian said, wrong in planning to block the door and planning to escape, but these weren't the correct answers. He then mentioned, was it defeating second sister? Eldest sister was surprised Xiao Yangtian defeated Xiao Hongshu, but that didn't seem right either. Eldest sister finally mentioned the engagement. Since he wasn't notified first before the engagement was set, Xiao Yangtian hurriedly explained. He also only found out today. Seeing eldest sister really about to hit him, he quickly asked the guard for help. The guard reminded Xiao Shife not to be rough with the young master. Xiao Shife, with just a glance. The guard chickened out, please treat the young master as you wish. Just as Xiao Shife prepared to punch Xiao Yangtian, Weiwear shouted no, stopping her. Xiao Shife ordered Weiwear to step back quickly. Weiwear kept saying cannot hit young master. Xiao Shife immediately tossed Xiao Yangtian's head aside. Erupting with profound internal energy, looked towards Weiwear beside her, asking who she was. Xiao Shife explained this was his attendant, asking Xiao Shife not to mind her. But Xiao Shifei's left hand erupted with even stronger internal energy. Xiao Shife, fearing Weiwear would be harmed, prepared to step forward and stop. Weiwear also thought she was going to be hit, but Xiao Shife didn't act. She just pinched Weiwear's cheek. Xiao Shife even said, this cheek feels as soft as it looks, and asked Xiao Shife for ownership of Weiwear. Xiao Shife refused without thinking. Xiao Shife was surprised her brother actually refused her, then asked Xiao Shife why he stood up. Also discovered the inside story of Xiao Yangtian about to break through to 4-star. She thought it was Elderly's doing. Elderly immediately denied it. Xiao Shife also didn't expect, after just a few months' absence. Her brother changed so much, she wanted to ask what exactly happened but still couldn't bring herself to. Then told Xiao Yangtian the family head was looking for him. Go over quickly. Weiwear also took the chance to escape the clutches. As Xiao Yangtian prepared to leave, Xiao Shife threw something over. Looked like a pendant, resembling a magic stone, but Xiao Yangtian felt no magic power at all. Xiao Shife explained she just bought it casually at a grocery store on her way back. If you don't keep it well, sister might love you dearly. Xiao Yangtian could only agree. Eldest sister patted Xiao Yangtian's shoulder, saying, I knew you could definitely do it. This reminded Xiao Yangtian of his sister from the previous life, still saying before death, "Brother must be happy."
Xiao Yangtian agreed again. Xiao Shife confirmed with Elderly, really didn't interfere?
Elderly denied again. Last year, brother only had 1 star level. Even his movements were disorganized. Now brother's realm not only improved, even his body was trained. She couldn't imagine how this was achieved. Elderly also didn't expect Xiao Yangtian had such potential, and suggested Xiao Shife ask him personally how. Xiao Shife knew Xiao Yangtian's personality well. Knew asking would be fruitless. Xiao Shife then asked Elderly, did he feel the dissonance from that attendant? Elderly of course knew, but under pressure from Jianzu and Wei Xiaojun, he dared not say. Xiao Shife mentioned, she touched Wei Shuer all over, that feeling was very subtle. Elderly hurriedly explained, you might be too sensitive, that child is just an ordinary attendant. Under Elderly's persuasion, Xiao Shife also felt she was likely too sensitive. Elderly also didn't expect she could sense this dissonance, meaning her talent was terrifyingly strong, family connected by blood. When no one was willing to stand with Xiao Yangtian, only she alone took care of Xiao Yangtian. Elderly told Xiao Shife, it's really been hard, thanks to you, old me doesn't have to worry about him. Xiao Shife felt he was her brother after all, had to help somehow. Elderly said, can't you communicate properly with him? Why use the engagement as an excuse? Too far-fetched, others will think you oppose this marriage. Hearing this, Xiao Shife only then remembered which vixen was going to be engaged to her brother. Elderly couldn't help but say, you really are a bit abnormal. At this time, the family head's room. The family head asked Xiao Yangtian if he broke Leilong's arm. Xiao Yangtian explained it didn't happen, just touched him slightly. The scene instantly fell into awkwardness. Fair ran away from home. Embarking on a 1,000-mile journey to find her husband, Xiao Yangtian also prepared to head to Hashan to retrieve the Qiu family's third child. Just a short while ago, the family had asked Xiao Yangtian why he broke Leilong's arm. Xiao Yangtian explained Leilong initiated the spar, and even used internal energy. Employing killing moves, many people around saw Xiao Yangtian at that time. Just as he thought he would be scolded by the family head, looks like you gained quite a lot from this spar. Maintain this, continue to improve, Xiao Yangtian never expected. Father learning his son defeated Leilong and advanced to 3-star would be so calm. The family head then said, since you sparred with Leilong, you should have met your fiancé, right? Xiao Yangtian also wanted to know what was going on with the engagement with the Nangong family. The family head explained this was decided by the Council of Elders. It's not a bad thing for you. Just treat your engagement with the Pang family as an unavoidable accident. Hope this kind of thing won't happen again. Xiao Yangtian knew this meant it was the last time. Having already broken off the engagement with the Pang family once, this time there was no way to refuse. The family had flipped through books, saying midsummer is approaching. Xiao Yangtian felt something bad was coming. Huashan's Dihua station is about to convene. This reminded Xiao Yangtian of wiping out the Huashan sect. Directly questioning the family head, so what? The family head handed Xiao Yangtian a piece of paper, telling him to go to Huashan and bring someone back, set off in 10 days. Of course, you can refuse. Xiao Yangtian prepared to refuse without thinking, as long as you bring the person back. Can give you 1 Taishan Dan. Hearing about the spiritual medicine, Xiao Yangtian immediately agreed. If urgent, can leave now, because Taishan Dan is a spiritual medicine that can increase internal energy by 20 years. The guard and Wei Shuer were still waiting outside. Xiao Yangtian came out, both were complaining about being too tired. Wei Shuer even said, isn't it bad to hide here eating medicinal supplements? The guard stated as long as not discovered, it's fine. Unexpectedly, the next second, Xiao Yangtian appeared behind him. Xiao Yangtian told the two, prepare to go to Huashan in 10 days. Wei Shuer and the guard both complained a bit. Have to go out again. Xiao Yangtian told them if dissatisfied, go find the family head. Because the family head ordered him to go to Huashan and bring back the third child, Xiao Yangtian at the backyard gate secretly observed inside, seeing no one outside. He thought Elderly and eldest sister should have gone back. Too many troublesome things recently. First to Sichuan, encountering the Nangong group, then have to go to Huashan to pick up the third child. Thinking of this, Xiao Yangtian unknowingly fell asleep. Completely unaware someone came beside him, this person grabbed Xiao Yangtian's neck and stuffed steamed buns into his mouth. It's growth time, how can you not eat? Xiao Yangtian hurriedly struggled free, stating this was his own room. Xiao Shife confidently said this was also her room, then took out a wine pouch and started drinking. All because brother is getting engaged to that Nangong girl. Do you like her that much? Is it, like sister more than me? The Yangtian eye raised so hard. Xiao Yangtian told Xiao Shife not to sleep here if she drank too much.
Xiao Shifei insisted on sleeping here with her brother. Xiao Shifei, compromising, still chose to sleep outside. Xiao Shifei drank alone on Xiao Yangtian's bed. Just then, Xiao Shifei asked Xiao Yangtian if he wanted to go together. Xiao Yangtian suspected he misheard. Xiao Shifei repeated again, "Want to spar?" Xiao Yangtian just thought eldest sister was already drunk. Xiao Shifei pointed at Xiao Yangtian's chest. "Although I don't know what method you used to cultivate, but there's still a lot of unrefined internal energy within your body. Do you know continuing like this will lead to cultivation deviation?" Xiao Yangtian of course knew this was the precious jade from that time, not fully absorbed. This problem must be dealt with as soon as possible. Xiao Yangtian wondered when eldest sister became so nice. Xiao Shifei added, "I still want to beat you up. Why doesn't he have a normal older sister?" Xiao Shifei asked why Xiao Yangtian didn't take a sword. Xiao Yangtian stated he didn't use swords anymore. Xiao Shifei didn't want to waste more words, raised her sword, letting Xiao Yangtian make the first move. Xiao Yangtian reminded eldest sister not to forget to stop appropriately. "Rest assured, sister promises not to beat you to death." Xiao Yangtian, striking first, had already attacked before Xiao Shifei. A sudden punch landed on Xiao Shifei's chest. This punch sent her flying. Xiao Yangtian seized the opportunity, another punch absorbing. This punch used all his internal energy, sending Xiao Shifei flying tens of meters. Xiao Yangtian then slowly retracted his internal energy. Thick smoke rose. Xiao Yangtian only felt a chill strike him, with a loud bang. The dust was ignited by flames, causing an explosion. Xiao Shifei was still praising, "Brother did really well." Xiao Yangtian felt Xiao Shifei's strength was definitely more than 5-star, she should have surpassed 5-star long ago. After taking his full strength blow, she was actually unharmed. Xiao Yangtian immediately expressed to eldest sister to stop here. "It's just started, what are you saying?" A sword energy formed by flames attacked towards Xiao Yangtian. Just as Xiao Yangtian desperately blocked, Xiao Shifei's fist also followed, smashing Xiao Yangtian flying with one punch. If he hadn't blocked, it would be over. Xiao Shifei threw the wooden sword over again, as Xiao Yangtian avoided. Xiao Shifei rushed up again. He didn't expect eldest sister really showed no mercy at all. Xiao Shifei kicked towards Xiao Yangtian with full strength. He could only barely block. Almost no room to retaliate. After fighting several rounds, Xiao Yangtian was forced back to the position where the wooden sword flew over earlier. Xiao Shifei also picked up the wooden sword again. At this time, Xiao Yangtian was already powerless to resist. She thus easily subdued Xiao Yangtian. Xiao Shifei grabbed his hair with one hand, preparing to properly educate this good brother. Xiao Yangtian at this time was truly tearless. His mournful cries echoed throughout the Qiu family. At this time, in the Nangongqing Jia, the Nangong family head was looking at the letter left by Nangong Fair. Written on it, "I went to see my fiancé." The servant explained the young lady left after leaving this letter, angering the Nangong family head into roaring, "Capture her back immediately." But Nangong Fair at this time was already on the way to Shaanxi. Yangtian embarked on the journey to Hashan. Nangong Fair also followed. Just moments ago, an old farmer was looking at crops in the field. A figure flew across the sky. This stunned the old farmer. In his eyes, Nangong Fair was simply a fairy maiden. Nangong Fair asked which way to go to Shaanxi. The old farmer pointed right. But Nangong Fair flew off to the left, leaving behind a certain shadow on the ground. This amount of silver was enough for a family to eat and drink for several months without worry. He also wondered why the fairy maiden going to Shaanxi didn't go east, but instead went west. Going west is going to Huashan. At this time, in the Qiu family, elderly told Jianzuan Wei Xiaojun the divine doctor, Shani, was in Huashan. Jianzuan also knew that divine doctor old man was originally a crazy fellow, wouldn't stay long in one place. But why specifically Huashan? Elderly suggested if not urgent, could let Yangtian go confirm first. Senior needs to hide identity. No need to rush out personally, but Jianzuan still decided to go personally. Because the coachman suddenly took leave, so Jianzuan became the new coachman. Xiao Yangtian also didn't expect the dignified Jianzuan would drive the carriage for him. Elderly also feigned ignorance. Originally in the list for Huashan, there was clearly no Wei Shuer in Jianzuan. Xiao Yangtian couldn't figure out what exactly happened overnight. At this time, elderly said, "Just a trip to Huashan." Why this expression also reminded Xiao Yangtian not to randomly hit people in Huashan. Xiao Yangtian stated he would try his best. Just then, elderly took out a small pouch. Xiao Yangtian vaguely sensed this thing emitted a fragrance, and the smell grew stronger. One look knew it was something very valuable. Elderly finally revealed, "This is one of Huashan's 4 great treasures, the Manhwa Yanjing Shi." Xiao Yangtian looked at elderly with a bewildered face. Why is such a valuable item in elderly's hands? Why give it to him?
Elderly stated he won this back gambling 9 times, turns out I forgot to return it to them.
Just right, you go over and return it incidentally, Xiao Yangtian felt. Keeping such an item isn't safe, Elderly knew. There was no safer way than giving it to him. If Elderly knew Jianzuan's real identity, indeed giving it to him was safest.
Moreover, he simply didn't give others time or reason to refuse. After getting on the carriage, Xiao Yangtian still hadn't noticed where Sister Qiu Shife went, probably because you're leaving. Hiding somewhere crying, Elderly stated he would relay to Shife you've departed safely. Then Jianzuan drove the carriage and set off. Just then, Elderly said, why not go say goodbye? Qiu Shife at this time was still sobbing beside. How could she let him see her crying? Elderly felt Yangtian wasn't a 3-year-old anymore. What's there to worry about? Eldest sister Qiu Shife just felt brother's body was so weak. How could she possibly not look for her husband?
Nangong Fair finally found Shangxi Qiujia, Qiu Yangtian, on the way to Hashan. Was actually haunted? Qiu Yangtian kept asking the guard along the way, how much longer until arrival? The guard helplessly stated, you've already asked this question over 30 times. Every time the guard answered how much distance remained, Qiu Yangtian's eyes would dim. Jianzuan Wei Xiaojun even asked, young master, are you uncomfortable somewhere? Xiu Yangtian just explained it wasn't the case, secretly complaining, what makes me most uncomfortable now is you. Traveling with the world's #1 sword, Jianzuan, how could one possibly be comfortable? Xiu Yangtian just bullied Weiwear, ordering her to hand over the medicinal fruits. Weiwear stated the medicinal fruits were given by the maidservant's sister, must have maidservant's sister's consent. The maidservant immediately stated these medicinal fruits originally belonged to young master. Just like that, Xiu Yangtian successfully ate the medicinal fruits. Weiwear also secretly rejoiced there were still some left. At this time, in Shangxi Qiu family, Qiu Shife was still asking who the person before her was. This person introduced herself again, named Nangong Fair. Qiu Shife also understood. This person was brother Qiu Yangtian's fiancé. These beautiful eyes, exquisite features. Have to say, truly beautiful. Qiu Shife immediately asked Nangong Fair what she came here for. And in such an indecent manner? Of course, to see the engagement partner. Qiu Shife immediately pointed out, the engagement hasn't officially taken place yet, right? Besides, my brother isn't home right now.
Nangong Fair also understood.
This person was Qiu Yangtian's older sister. Qiu Shife also happily introduced. She was indeed Yangtian's older sister. Just then, Nangong Fair had already tidied her hair.
She immediately asked where Qiu Yangtian went. Qiu Shife casually said he went to Hashan.
Very far, right? What to do?
Fate plays tricks, Nangong Fair muttered, so, in Hashan. Then with a whoosh, she flew away. Qiu Shife was still advising Nangong Fair to go home early. By the time she realized, the person had flown far away. Qiu Shife thought Nangong Fair should have gone home.
But why leave without even saying goodbye? Meanwhile, on the other side,
Weiwear was still sleeping. The guard was also resting. Jianzuan Wei Xiaojun was keeping watch at night. Clearly he noticed movement beside him. It was Qiu Yangtian coming out late at night. Judging from the internal energy contained in his breath, he was about to reach 4-star. Must break through the 3-star barrier as soon as possible. Now even releasing internal energy felt strenuous.
Yet eldest sister could effortlessly erupt internal energy.
Talent is truly unfair. Xiu Yangtian braced himself, preparing to cultivate properly.
Inhale, then concentrate. Just then, he detected a strange aura. A red aura emanated from his chest pocket. This was precisely one of Hashan's 4 great treasures, Manhwa.
Yan Jingshi really couldn't figure out why old man Li gave this thing. Because of the constantly assaulting plum blossom fragrance, it was really hard to concentrate. But this thing didn't seem to have changed either. After this, Xiu Yangtian finished tonight's cultivation. Just then, plum blossoms floated by.
Where would plum blossoms come from in this high summer?
Xiu Yangtian also felt it was a bit strange. Just then, a voice came out. You don't seem to be from Hashan. Xiu Yangtian was still looking around.
Who is it?
There's a voice but can't see the person. This voice spoke again.
Since not from Hashan, why absorb the aura? This time Xiu Yangtian heard clearly it was an old man's voice. Which family's brat is this?
So easily alarmed, continuing like this will cause problems.
Xiu Yangtian's Modeo Qianqigong activated again, a wave of fatigue assaulted, and he collapsed.
Xiu Yangtian, having received the Hashan secret treasure, smoothly advanced to 4-star, simultaneously. Also gained a high realm old grandpa guard. The guard in Weiwear kept calling young master. Young master Xiu Yangtian only then woke from his coma. Everyone gathered around Xiu Yangtian.
Only he didn't know what happened. He could only ask the guard, what happened? The guard explained young master fainted in the woods, the old master brought you back. Xiao Yangtian hurriedly thanked the old master, Jianzuanwei Xiaojun, although saying verbally we are all attendants. Should do, yet he had a look of wanting to say something but stopping. Xiao Yangtian also didn't know what was going on. The guard asked what happened in the woods last night. Xiao Yangtian said while cultivating last night, the stone suddenly started glowing. He took out the stone but couldn't see anything unusual. This stone also no longer emitted fragrance. He guessed it was probably the Modeo Qianqi Gong, absorbed the spiritual energy inside the stone, although fainting was considered. The Hashan secret treasure definitely contains something, just didn't expect it would be absorbed by himself. Xiao Yangtian placed his hand on his chest, suddenly realizing he had advanced to 4-star. Suddenly becoming a 4-star master overnight, the guard stared at Xiao Yangtian from time to time. Even Jianzuanwei Xiaojun glanced at him occasionally, although advancing too quickly was a bit concerning. But could you please stop staring at me like this? Just then, Weiwear leaned over again. Recently editing is too tiring, really want to go out and play, so I bought a BYD Han on Guazi used cars, only spent over 90,000. 100,000 cheaper than a new car, drives like new, now new cars depreciate fast. Buying Guazi is super worth it. Every car on Guazi undergoes official professional inspection. Can even test drive for 3 days first, buy with confidence. If you have an old car, you can also put it on Guazi for national auction. In short, listen to me, buying and selling used cars, Guazi is the way to go. He always felt young master seemed to have a smell on him. Xiao Yangtian explained, I bathe cleaner than you, how could there be a smell? Weiwear mentioned a floral fragrance. Xiao Yangtian took out the Hashan secret treasure, pointing out the smell should be coming from here. But Weiwear insisted the smell was from Xiao Yangtian himself. Even Weiwear could notice this point, meaning his internal energy should have improved a lot. At 3-star, the limit was releasing internal energy externally, now at 4-star, should be able to do it easily. Just don't know if can reach sister's level. Bit unfortunate no one is coming looking for a fight now. But then remembered elderly said cannot hit people, however, if really want to hit, just follow your own thoughts. A violent shake came. Xiao Yangtian directly fell onto Weiwear, crushing Weiwear miserably. Xiao Yangtian hurriedly asked the guard what happened. The guard looked ready for battle. Xiao Yangtian also asked why the sudden alertness. Turned out a person blocked the carriage. Judging from the pattern on his body, that's a Hashan disciple, clearly. What shocked Xiao Yangtian more was the person before him. The person introduced himself as Hashan third-generation disciple, Ingfeng, temporarily stopped the carriage because of business. Xiao Yangtian thought, what's destined to come will come. This Ingfeng was the Hashan disciple who died by his hand. When wiping out Hashan previously, the guard questioned the other party. Being called the Hashan Sword Dragon means you can do whatever you want. Ingfeng hurriedly apologized and explained blocking the road was just to confirm something he wanted to confirm. If there was a Hashan disciple in this carriage, Xiao Yangtian was thinking, no way, it shouldn't be, right? No way, because from far away, sensed a familiar aura, thus came to confirm. Fortunately, no major issues, but still curious about something, saying so, he walked towards the carriage. The guard immediately prepared to draw his sword, warning him not to approach. Clearly the smell earlier was plum blossom fragrance. Third-generation disciple Ingfeng walked in front of Xiao Yangtian, directly asking, why does young master have Hashan's aura on him? Xiao Yangtian felt things were going badly. This matter is going to be messed up again. Just then, that voice from last night came out again. Can you see this old man? A little old man appeared before Xiao Yangtian's eyes. Xiao Yangtian even leaned closer to look at this little old man. The expert who fought the great blood demon battle is actually inside Xiao Yangtian's body? Just now. Xiao Yangtian rubbed his eyes, still couldn't believe it. There really was a little old man before him. This little old man even said, you, a junior, seeing an adult, how can you not bow? Hearing this, Xiao Yangtian couldn't speak. Hashan disciple Ingfeng didn't know what was wrong with Xiao Yangtian. Xiao Yangtian still thought it was due to excessive cultivation fatigue, causing hallucinations. The little old man beside said this wasn't a hallucination. Ingfeng asked what was wrong. Xiao Yangtian asked, can't you see this? This insect-like. Little old man, Ingfeng leaned closer to look, still couldn't see. Xiao Yangtian asked the guard again if he could see. The guard looked bewildered. Also didn't know what was happening. Then he thought for a moment, thinking he needed to cooperate with young master. Stated he could see, it's an old man with red hair, right? Xiao Yangtian immediately denied it. Is it green hair then? Xiao Yangtian couldn't believe it. Only he could see this little old man. He also told Xiao Yangtian not to be noisy. Xiao Yangtian was surprised, what's going on? Is this seeing a ghost? Where exactly did he get haunted? What do you mean haunted? Don't you remember?
You actively ate it. Speaking of eating, Xiao Yangtian had some impression. Modeo Qianqi Gong.
Absorbed that Huashan treasure, the little old man asked if Xiao Yangtian remembered now.
You, an outsider, ate our Huashan's treasure, seeing you ate so much. Originally wanted to help you, lest you suffered cultivation deviation, yet you call me an insect. Also a ghost. Speaking so disrespectfully, Xiao Yangtian hurriedly asked, Old sir, who might you be? The little old man just felt Xiao Yangtian didn't understand the facts, actually didn't recognize him. The little old man stated he was the 8th generation sect leader of the Huashan sect, Xianjian Shinjia. Before Tianma appeared, the largest scale war occurred, the Shuaiamo Dejan, Blood Demon Great War. The 5 great peerless masters who stopped this blood calamity, even after the blood calamity ended and times changed. Still famous in the history of the Central Plains martial world, the person most respected by Huashan sect martial artists
is the one before me. The little old man is big as an insect. The little old man even reprimanded Xiao Yangtian for daring to call him an insect. Xiao Yangtian realized he clearly said it in his mind, this little old man could actually read minds. The little old man told Xiao Yangtian again to quickly show proper etiquette, but Xiao Yangtian still didn't believe. Silently thinking why he would be inside a stone, the little old man stated, you should know better. But Xiao Yangtian stated he knew nothing. He then questioned Xiao Yangtian why he could absorb the Manhwa Yin Jingshi. Xiao Yangtian was speechless, he could tell from the expression. Xiao Yangtian also knew nothing, so didn't plan to ask further. Everyone has their own secrets, children like you are the same. Xiao Yangtian could only express thanks. The little old man spoke again. Now there's something more important than that, let's focus on this first. With 2 whooshing sounds, a group of Huashan disciples rushed out. Yingfeng told everyone not to panic. They weren't dangerous people. The guard struck Yingfeng's calf with one move, instantly subduing him, and told Xiao Yangtian to be careful, because this looked like an attack no matter how you see it.